Greetings, sports fans. Uh-oh. Alright, there we go. My mic stand was giving me a little grief. Alright. So, I was just sitting around here on a, what is it? Wednesday evening. And, thinking it would be good to maybe do a little chatty chat. Now I'm thinking, I want to grab something to try and open. Yeah, let me grab something real quick here. You know what I gotta do is I gotta find my chat window. Alright, where is it? Can't I find it? I feel like I heard a chat though. Alright, I keep hearing chats coming in, but I don't have the chat window on my streaming app. Which is a problem. Well, I hope everybody's doing well. Oh, there's my chat window. Okay, there we go. G. Kepler. Logging in. What's up, my man? Not Mr. Moon. I think you're like undefeated on joining chats. Good to see you. It's your boy Flex says hi. What is up, Flex? Nelson Swartz Nows. What's up, X-Fires? Finally catching one. It's your boy Flex. Can you help me sleep, please? I don't know. I will try. Maybe I should read some bedtime stories. Ryan O'Laughlin says, hey, thanks for putting that 87 Tops Baseball box on your website. Yeah, you bet. Hey, Ryan, I don't know if you've gotten that package yet. You probably haven't, but I put some pretty sweet treats in there for somebody who is from my generation, like I think your dad is, and would have collected around the time that 87 was hot. So enjoy that with your dad, who I think you bought that for. Let's see who we got. All right, I'm gonna grab some real quick. I just got a shelf right next to me, but I'm gonna open some stuff. All right, Mr. Moon, got your package. Good to hear. I got my Costa Rica Clementine drink here. This stuff is basically Kool-Aid, but it has like no sugar, which is nice. Delicious. Bruce Lee coming back from the dead. Nice to see you. Am I gonna do another decision opening? You know, it's funny. I just like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, I saw the Decision 2020 cards come up on like, I think Blowout, and I was thinking, oh, I should get some of those, but I didn't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little mixed. Sometimes I think I want to do another politics kind of themed show, which the politics cards would certainly be good for. Other times I think the last time I did decision cards, it was like a huge controversy. Although, hey, you know, all press is good press, as they say. I did you know what I saw is a really cool product that I don't think I can get anymore, but it was a Leaf product. And it's like, you know, one of their super premium autograph products. But it was like all political figures, so they had like, it's basically all cut autos. And they had like, you know, Obama and Trump and Hillary Clinton and like basically, you know, all the big name politicians, I'm sure some lesser known ones too, in there. It was just like an all autograph product. And I thought, man, that would have been sweet, because it'd be kind of cool to have that stuff. Although I gotta tell you, I don't think it would be that hard to get those autographs for relatively cheap, because all politicians sign stuff all the time, and you can probably buy, litters or whatever that they've done for pretty cheap. I don't know where, but somewhere. All right, yeah, this Heritage. I just got the same day I got that order with the Donruss that I opened in my last, or the Donruss Soccer that I opened in my last video. I got this and a bunch of other stuff. Actually, I can maybe show you guys all the stuff I got that's kind of queued up here. But this is one of the things, with 2019 Heritage, I kind of went freaking nuts. Okay, I didn't go that nuts. I bought like a case of it just because I had some like 2017 and 2018 Heritage laying around, and I opened some boxes of it, years after they came out, and they were just so freaking fun to open because when you open them 2 or 3 years later, like, a lot of the guys in there are big, huge names. So, like, last year I opened a 2018 Heritage box, and I got a Pete Alonso auto out of that, which was freaking awesome. So, yeah, anyways, last year I kind of went nuts, and I said I'm going to get a bunch and just sit on it for like 3 years. So I have that case. And then this year, I don't know, I've cooled down a little bit. But maybe at some point, this stuff never really gets like super hot, so I feel like I'll have an opportunity to buy a case or two of that for cheap money if I want to in the future. A Squad, what is up? Mason just got my basketball break slot. Fantastic. I don't even know if I've seen your order come in yet. So you might have just done that. I appreciate it. So that, I think you'll be number 6 out of 10. So yeah, we've only got 4 left. Hopefully we can sell it out and get that going. Hey, if we can fill it by tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. But after that, I'm kind of jammed up through the weekend. I got some stuff going on that will take most of my time. So yeah, hoping to fill that up. For those who don't know, I announced a basketball card kind of mixer break. It's got like 36 kind of assorted packs from 2012 to 2019, and then a blaster box of 2018 hoops, which I'm excited to maybe pull a Luke out of. Drinking more Bai here. Look at that. You can see right in there. Kind of looks like really dark urine. Alright, sorry folks. It's as gross as I'll get on the show. Hey, Yankees fan, what's up, buddy? Yeah, let's crack into this thing. Why not, right? So I think these things go for pretty short money, like $58. Frankly, it's like the only product you can get for roughly what it's kind of always sold for. And it's got a ton of prospect talent in there. So that's like a tall boy card, long card in there. And who doesn't like to look at these old Topps designs? I mean, come on. The Monstar 89. I think you should just buy as many spots as you want, because if this fills up quickly, I'll definitely do more of these. Honestly, it took me quite a while to fill up that baseball one that I did not too long ago. Thanks to everybody who joined that. But that kind of made me want to do one that was a lot fewer spots, just because it would be quicker to fill and also easier to get all the orders packaged up and everything. It's quite a beast to do 30 different spots. And in fact, somebody has already bought. I won't did I just say bought? But I won't name names unless they jump into the chat and want to volunteer. But somebody from the last break actually has bought into the basketball break, and they bought 3 spots. So yeah, I say that the quicker we fill it, the better it is for everybody. And people will have opportunity. Frankly, I could do the exact same break because I have lots more of those basketball variety boxes, and I have a ton of 18 so I could easily replicate that break, as many times as people want. So don't worry about buying extra, lots of spots if you want. Stephen Goulding, hello from Wales. It's 3 a.m. All right. I love it when we get people from, faraway places. And by the way, speaking of geography, I wanted to say a little bit about kind of where people come from, at least that I've gotten orders from on Hot Cardboard, because that's the only place I would know, where people are located. But I have to say the overwhelming majority of orders, okay, maybe not overwhelming, but like definitely the by far the most common state from which I get orders at hotcardboard.com, and pretty much like 99% of my orders are from the channel here, because I haven't really done any advertising or anything of the Hot Cardboard site to general collecting places, but by far it's New York State. I would have guessed, just population-wise, you gotta think it's gonna be them or California or like Texas or one of the very highly populated states like Florida. But like New York is just overwhelmingly the winner, and maybe it's because I'm a Yankees fan, and I always talk about Yankee stuff, and definitely, whenever I'm opening baseball stuff, I'll always talk more about Yankees, just because I know tons about them, because I watch them all the time. I watch like every game they play. Speaking of the Yankees, that's a pretty sweet card right there, Anthony Volpe. He was their top pick, I think, from 2018 is it now, or 2019? Man, I don't know. It's all the time is blurring together. So first year 2009. So I think that means he was drafted in 2018, because I believe they start playing the year they're drafted. Yeah. So Wales. So what do we know about Wales? Very little. It's part of the UK. So are you in the same time zone as like England? Or does it kind of matter, I guess, where you are? Wales is pretty small, so probably you're all in one time zone, but England may have multiples. It's funny how little you know about the world until you think about it. I'm a pretty well sort of read, I guess, person. I've traveled internationally. That's pretty cool. Juan Franco, really sharp condition. So he's like the top prospect in all of baseball right now. That's really, it's got the edges that are kind of like rough chopped there, a little rough cut, but the centering on this is like phenomenal. If that were worth anything in PSA 10, I might send it in, but I kind of suspect it's not. Very small time zone. So what's it like, Stephen Goulding, to live in Wales? Are you annoyed at England, because they're the sort of country we all think of first when we think of the UK? Or do you get along with all the English people in your life? Jeff, what is up? Paul the God says, hope you get some cards of a few Lansing Lug Nuts players, because the Lansing is where I'm from. Hey Paul, do you live in Michigan right now? What an interesting place to live, in view of the election, which sort of turned on Michigan a little bit. It turned on like 6 different states, but Michigan was certainly one, and it's one where I think they're doing like a recount, maybe. Alec Baum, DL Hall. I'm just looking at these cards, kind of centering wise and corners wise. This 1971 Topps design with a all black background is, notoriously tough, at least in the original set, to find in good condition. Of course, that's 50 years old now. But any even modern sets that are black border are considered to be very difficult to get in pristine condition. But these cards are coming out of the pack very sharp, I gotta say. I like it. So yeah, if there's anybody that's good, I'll consider grading. Hey, I have a question for everybody. Does it look like super chats are enabled on this thing when you're looking at the chat window, or do you not see them? Because I tried to enable them like, I don't know, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, but I have no real way to tell right now, just because on my streaming app, which shows me the chat window, like it doesn't really show me any. I think we're about to get a hit here. It doesn't show me like what you see or anything, and I can't really tell. So that's pretty sweet for a Yankee fan like myself. That's a blue. What did I just get? A relic card. That's a blue parallel of Clark Schmidt, who's a really good pitcher, and that's numbered to 99. Really good pitcher for the Yankees. So that's a fantastic hit for a Yankees fan. Very cool. Okay, HJSCA says he can see the super chat, so that's great. Thank you for telling me. And then I asked, boy, I'm trying to read up. Apollo God said he lives in Michigan, so he's uneducated. Yeah, good for you. Stay uneducated on the election stuff for as long as you can. All you need to know is it pisses off a lot of adults right now, so go and play baseball and collect cards and watch lots of baseball. Let's see. Oh, I got a super chat. It's my first super chat ever. X-Fires ASMR says, hi, let me help you find out. Thank you, X-Fires. That's very kind. Now, here's the thing. I have no idea where the hell that money goes. I suppose they'll hold it in my account and I have to tell them where to deposit it at some point, but I did not enter like any kind of bank info. Mr. Moon. Oh yeah, I did totally hear about, I thought you were going to tell me like something happened in politics, but yeah, I totally heard about the Yankees farm system arrangement, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. But I think there's going to maybe be a lot more like news about minor league farm systems, because for those who don't know, there's like a lot going on right now, and like the contract between minor league baseball and major league baseball, which are two separate things, you know, was being renegotiated, or I don't know what exactly, but yeah, there was, you know, a lot of opportunity for disagreement, so we're getting some pretty good players. Kanan Smith is another Yankee, right? Yeah. Charleston River Dogs are like single A, I think. Yeah. Is that right? Anyways, C.J. Abrams is a really good prospect from his class. Elliot Ramos has been in the minors for quite a while now, but he has definitely a lot of potential. Brennan Davis is a decent prospect. Alright, what do we got here? Oh man. Gizmoaden says he was diagnosed with COVID-19, so man, I hope you have a real minor case. You know, I suppose everybody at this point has had friends with it. The folks that I know best who had it, you know, they were kind of, they had definitely some of the underlying factors that can, you know, lead to problems. And it was a couple, and they had a son who was like college age. And anyways, the couple, you know, they definitely were you know, impacted more severely than their son who was in college. And I think he just had like no symptoms whatsoever, but he got tested. But anyways, my friend, one of them had to go in the hospital like for one day because they thought he might have like some light pneumonia, but you never like to see that. So man, yeah, I hope you have a very minor case, and I hope you're able to kind of get what you need to recover well and can get back off the injured reserve there very quickly. Alright, X-Fires ASMR says, I've been trying to find a way to support the channel, but don't have enough money for basketball at the moment, so I have to. Hey man, you know, I honestly, I feel terrible taking money from anybody. This is like one of my challenges with my sports card business is because, I live a fairly comfortable life. I don't, I don't want for anything. And I know a lot of people are struggling and would love to have cards, and, it's a real stretch for them. So, good gosh, don't ever think I want anybody to spend money they don't have. Oh, that's kind of cool. Scratch off game. I don't know if, I guess they've been doing these for a while because this looks really familiar to me. Andrew Vaughn, really good player. Alex Kirilloff with the Twins, really good player. Made his debut in the playoffs this year. Oh, Nicholas Peters, you got the stickers, I think. I hope you got them. Out in Burlington, Vermont, I believe. Sorry if I just told everybody where you live and you didn't want me to, but that's pretty generic. Did I pick up any 2020 update, my man? You gotta go check out the Sports Card Show on YouTube. I broke a box of 2020 update on there. So yes, I have cases of that stuff. And I have that. I have those boxes on my hot cardboard site. So if anybody wants one, let me know. I think I might go lower the price because I feel like I can't remember what I priced it at, but I'm pretty sure it was over $100. And I saw them at like $99.99 on blowout cards today. So I think I'm gonna lower that price to be better than blowout, which I like to do on everything. Nelson Bonilla says, are you ever going to do the Politics ASMR channel? Gosh, I don't know. When I think about that, I think about my Sports Card Show channel and how I neglect it so much. But honestly, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking like the Sports Card Show is just going to be hard to pull off because there's so much sports card content now that it's hard to kind of break out of the mix. So, there's really no ASMR politics channel, so maybe I'll bust in there and see what happens. We'll see. I do get a lot of people talking about it, so I might just have to. Let's see. Marcus Wilson says he's from Ann Arbor. Very cool. My sister went to college in Ann Arbor at you-know-where. Stephen Golding says, have you ever posted any cards to the UK? Do you mean have I sent any? No, I have not sent anything international except to Canada. I had one order, and I'm set up on hotcardboard.com to do orders from Canada, by the way, for those who are there. It's $11 extra shipping. Oh, there's our one autograph, I believe. Will Olson, I've not heard of him. 15th. What? He's the 15th pick of the 2019 draft. What? That's pretty good. How have I not heard of this guy? Well, that's freaking awesome. Very cool. Put him over there. Let's see. Wannabe Collector says, how you doing? Love your videos. Thanks, Wannabe. I appreciate it. I'm doing well. I live in North Dakota, and I was just reading a story in our local paper about some stuff on COVID-19, and we're the worst state in the country when it comes to cases per capita. We're also the worst country or worst state in the country for wearing masks, and that just embarrasses me to no end. So I don't have any comments except I'm pretty embarrassed about a lot of the people in the state I live in. So I hope they get their act together here, because our hospitals are full. We've got nowhere to go. I've heard that they're putting people in. They're going to start moving people to nursing homes, which is kind of crazy. Cause I don't think there's any nursing homes around that are they got lots of extra room. So that's pretty crazy. Anyways, can I scratch off those cards? Oh, you know what? I might, if I get another one, I will. That Andrew Vaughn, I might not want to, just because he's pretty good, and I think scratching it off kind of eliminates the value. There's a Josh Young mini there. I like those minis. Those are pretty cool looking. Or Elvis Martinez is a good prospect. Let's see here. Let's get some questions. X-Fire says, I have watched all your videos many times. Well, I appreciate that. You're really the best ASMR there $5, so you have added a lot more value than just $5 worth. I appreciate it. Well, that's pretty impressive if you really have watched everything multiple times, because I think I have like 300 videos, which is kind of insane when I think about it. There was a time for like several months where I was just like trying to post every single day. Yeah, I just accumulated a lot of videos during that time, so. Luke J says, what do you think is the most expensive thing you have ever opened in your life? Well, that's an interesting question. I don't know if you mean like the most expensive, like the highest price box of cards I have ever opened. And it would sort of depend on, like, if you mean the highest price when I opened it, or the highest price like that the box eventually got, because I've opened a lot of boxes of 2018 Prism Basketball Fast Break, because I bought a case of it, and those boxes are worth anywhere between like $2,000 and $3,000 a pop right now. So I mean, that's probably the most valuable box I've ever opened, but at the time I opened them, they were only worth like a couple $100. And in terms of like value when I opened it, gee whiz, gosh, I don't know, because I don't really, if something gets super valuable, I don't really open it. So I don't really know. I don't really buy super expensive boxes and then plan to open them. I've bought lots of boxes, open them, and then like the value of the box goes way higher, in time. Like I opened plenty of 2018 Select Basketball, all of the videos of which, by the way, are on my channel. And those are like, what, $2,000 now? But at the time they were like $200 or $300. So I don't know. I don't think I've opened any super valuable stuff. I've thought about, however, like to get lots of hits on YouTube, like opening it, I don't know, like a $10,000 box of cards or something. The thought has crossed my mind, but there are very few products you can open that won't like just totally effing burn you. I mean, yeah. So that's what I have to say about that. Let's see. Rona65 says, I was able to find some update blasters at my local Target this year. I think there's a good hold. I actually opened a few and got a Boba SP, so that's cool. Congrats on that. Good hold. I think they might be, but I really don't think that the value of those is going to go up for at least like a year. So it's going to be a long hold. But I don't think they're going to be selling it at a discount anytime like soon. I just don't think anything new, especially a product like that where it's got such a history. The Topps Update stuff has such a history. Oh man, we got another scratch out, but it's Anthony Volpe, and I don't really want to do that. But I might do it. I might do Andrew Vaughn instead of my Volpe. We'll see. So yeah, Topps Update is always, a decent thing to hold. Even like 2016 Topps Update, which is kind of the biggest dud of Topps Update in the last, 20 years, or I don't know, 10 years we'll say. Even that, has certainly held its value and gone up since it came out. So, pretty much anything Topps Update has a good chance of going up. I think 2020 Topps Update is hard to see the light on right now, but you never can tell. All right. X-Fire says, I would love some ASMR politics. Thank you. I appreciate another vote there in favor of ASMR politics. I'm getting I'm kind of interested now. Maybe I'll do one and see how it goes. Juan Soto, all time. I love Juan Soto. I think he's a fantastic hitter. I think he might be significantly better than Acuna in the long run, and the best of his rookie class. All right, the Monstar says, I had a Tommy Heinsohn auto out of a basketball box I got from you in the Marquee 1213. Oh, very cool, very cool. Congrats on that. Ben Mitchell, how did I end up in North Dakota? Well, I came out of my mother's womb in North Dakota and grew up here, so I went off to live in Boston for about 15 years after college, and then returned after that 15 years. So there you go. it's quite bad. I know they're basically doing like a partial shutdown again. It's funny. I was just watching I don't know what it is. If it's the UK, like I think it's the English Parliament, the British Parliament, where which, if you've never watched like the Parliament in England, or in England for like Britain, and you're an American, you should check that out because it's like so different than like parliamentary procedure in the United States. But I was watching something because Boris Johnson was asked a question about basically the presidential situation here, and like would he work well with Joe Biden, and then like somebody asked him what his thoughts on President Trump were, and so that kind of made news. So I was watching him in that, which I mentioned just because we have our friend from Wales here. Got any PSA subs out? My friend, I have a crap ton of PSA subs out, and I don't have any real expectation I'll get them before I die. So I probably have like 250 cards out for grading right now in various submissions. Yeah, so there is one that this really should have been done in October, but it's not even close yet, so I just don't know when the hell that's coming. Let's see, Britt Rudd, sorry. Hey, my man, been watching since day one. Well, thank you. That's a long time ago, it seems like. Although not really that. It was a lot of videos ago, but not that long ago. Thanks for all you do. How about a 10K subscriber face reveal? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I might think about it. I mean, I feel like if I do a face reveal, I just have to go like totally public and tell you who I am and all that. Ryan Mountcastle, really good player. And maybe I'll get there. Rice Lewis, Shurton, Apostle. Didn't I get like a really nice auto of him out of like Bowman, some kind of Bowman product? It's like a red auto or orange auto that I sent off for grading. Nicholas Peters from Vermont says, have you ever played MLB The Show, best baseball game ever? I have not played a baseball video game in like 1,000 years, and I've talked before about how I loved when I was a kid, like Baseball Stars, because it was like such a simple game, but it was still a little bit challenging, at least when I was a kid. Nice Yankee right there. What is this? A stupid like game card. Yeah. Seth Beer, good prospect. I don't know. Sometimes I am tempted to just go get like a PlayStation or whatever and play like the most recent sports games. I used to love to play John Madden football on my Sega Genesis when I was a kid. But I've not played anything modern in quite some time. But I might try it. I don't know. I don't really have time for anything, so it'd have to be pretty enjoyable. And I have owned like Nintendo Wii's in the recent. I used to have one right now attached to my TV. Actually, I have two of them. Don't ask. So I've played like modern games there, but never the sports games, I don't think. And the Wii was never really known for like those kinds of sports games. By the way, when I was reading your question, I thought you were going to ask me if I've ever played in the major leagues. The answer is no. However, I did once play with a major leaguer. Ooh, nice wander. I used to play adult league baseball when I lived back in Boston. And in the second to last year, I think, that I played before I left for my native North Dakota, I managed to recruit a guy who was actually like a first-round draft pick. I'll tell you his name because, I don't think there's any harm. But this guy, his name was Greg Gore, Gohr, and he has a card in 1990 Score Baseball. He has a first round draft pick card in that set, and he has quite a few other cards too. And I have like a little stack of them. I've thought about someday reaching out to him and saying, hey, can you sign these for me? Or frankly, I'd just like to kind of give them to him. Although, you know, these days with J-Rod right there, really good prospect, probably top 5, I would say, at least from the collector's universe. Anyways, I've thought about sending those cards to Greg Gore and letting them enjoy those. Let's see. So, Rum Rabbit says, whose Topps update rookie card PSA 10 would you buy, Acuna or Soto? Definitely Soto. Definitely Soto. Yeah, and I feel like his are still cheaper than Acuna, but I think those are going to be better in the long run. Luke J says, I believe a PSA 10 Giannis rookie silver was sold for $38K. Okay, very interesting. You know, I haven't been watching Giannis stuff that closely, but I have been watching Luka stuff very closely, because if you've watched my channel for the last like couple weeks, you know that I've been wanting to amass a good chunk of Luka stuff to hold on to, and yeah, what I've seen is, like, in the past couple of weeks, I've just been getting priced out of like everything I've tried to buy. So that stuff's on the up and up. Like when I started buying Luka stuff, I was picking up his PSA 9 Prism rookies from 2018 for like $395, and now they're like $500. So they're definitely going up. So I know stuff's going up. I have a PSA 9 Giannis base rookie, and I would bet that's gone up since I bought it. I kind of buy that at like the depth of the kind of drop in basketball stuff, so I bet that's up. What do I do for a living? So yeah, I've not publicly announced what I've done, what I do for a living, and someday I might, but I'd rather just remain a mystery for the time being. Let's see. Let's see. Man, I'm really behind here. Jason Marc-Antoine, or Marc-Antoine. Apologies. You have that nice Yankee logo as your avatar. Says, haha, right, have so many out as well. Yeah, for PSA, I think you're talking about. I don't expect to get them back anytime. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I always have a stack of cards that need to be submitted, but honestly, I get like freaking depressed when I think about them because like it's gonna be like the next, like the season after the one that's about to start in basketball before I get anything back, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't really want to bother. X-Fire says, I vote no on face reveal. Cool. You know, it's funny, speaking of face reveals, you know, people always request those, and I don't know why. I'm not like a beautiful woman, or even a very attractive man, so I don't know. People, I think it's just like curiosity. Like, I don't know if they necessarily give a crap what I look like, but they just like can't, like stand not knowing. But here's something for you guys. Listen to NPR, National Public Radio. There's a show on that called Car Talk, which if you live in Massachusetts, you know, because those guys are from Cambridge, Massachusetts. But that's a nationally syndicated show that a lot of people know. You've probably heard it on the radio, you know, if you've ever listened to NPR at all. But it's just these two guys that, you know, would talk about car problems and like repairs and stuff like that. People call in with their, you know, car troubles, and then they would troubleshoot on the air. Anyway, so there's this show, and the guys on that show, and one of them who has passed away in the past few years, unfortunately, but those guys have like really distinctive voices. And you know, I listened to that show for many years, just because my mom always listened to public radio. Hunter Bishop, we're gonna scratch this bad boy. So I used to listen to Car Talk all the time when I was a kid. And those guys have just super, super distinctive voices. And of course, it's, they're radio celebrities, so like you know them by their voices. And I had no idea what they looked like. And when I found out finally what they looked like I feel like it was never the same for me to listen to that show. Because in my head, I had sort of, imagined what they looked like. And I think like when I realized they didn't look like that, I was just like disappointed, and it felt like I'd lost something. So maybe you don't actually want to see my face, guys. I'm just putting that out there. All right. Bros Clan says my dad is on the Cardinals. Do you mean the St. Louis Cardinals? If so, you have to tell us who, or we'll all die of curiosity. And I wonder if you mean on the major league team or in the pros, but that'd be pretty cool to have a kid of a pro baseball player. I don't think we've ever had that. I'm still waiting for Phil Hughes to show up and say he's a secret subscriber of the channel. Especially if you're going to do anything political in 2020. X-Fire says I should keep my enemy. Yeah, that's a fair point. Although I kind of feel like if you're going to do political, you gotta go out there and you gotta be like, a personality. But you're right. I mean, people are crazy about politics. So, all right. X-Fire says also just adds up. ASMR Sports, the delay on the stream is like 2 minutes. Oh wow, that's interesting. I don't know. I don't know why that would be. And my apologies to everybody. You're probably like hearing me answer your questions 25 years after you type them in, so apologies for that. I don't know, everything seems to be going. Oh, you know what? I think it's YouTube that's having a problem, because earlier today they had a global outage, and I actually discovered that because I was just watching YouTube videos, and like nothing was loading, so I just gave up on it, did something else, and then I a few minutes or an hour or so later, I read that there was a global outage last pack here. So I think YouTube's having some problems with their infrastructure right now tonight. What do you think about the Pokemon card market going crazy, says A-Squad? Yeah, I don't know. I have no ability or willingness to get involved with Pokemon at all. Soccer cards were kind of my big stretch. I felt like, okay, I could learn enough about it to make it interesting. And honestly, all I've done is buy just some unopened stuff. But Pokemon is just oh man, it's totally great. It's a different universe that I have no willingness to try and figure out. And and soccer really has kind of crashed a bit. And I think Pokemon's going to do the same eventually. But I think over the long term they might do well. But to collect that stuff, you got to know what you're doing, and I just have no way to figure that out. So I'm not gonna get involved. Monster 89 says I got a Luca Prism PSA 9 right before the season start date got announced. He's up 25% in a week. Yeah, I was just talking about that, so you may have been commenting on my comment. Jim Bob says I've listened to them before, and I think they're from Ivy League schools. Yeah, you're talking about the Car Talk guys. You are correct. At least one of them went to MIT, and they talk about that a lot. I'm not sure where the other guy went, though. James Grunfelder says, Bros Clan, who is your dad? Oh yeah, we asked, so we'll see if we get a response. CP Rossi says, open a 1819 Prism Basketball Fat Pack. Go. Feeling lucky, and I can't go to the casino right now. Okay. If you want me to open one of those, yeah, I probably won't do that. Yeah, I'd love to open some 2018 Prism Basketball, but it's just so darn expensive that I have a hard time justifying it. But, I would love to get that stuff in some breaks. I'm actually just logging into my email right now. Because I want to just make sure I'm not getting orders in that people want me to open on air, which sometimes happen. If you do want to buy something and have me open it on air, I'm happy to do that. So if you want to go to hotcardboard.com, and order something and tell me to open it. That would be great. So Mason Geeb, who mentioned that he had bought a spot. I see his order has come in, and then I got yep, another one from Daniel S, who I think already had one spot, so he might have two now. So I think we're down to, I don't know, 2 or 3. Yeah. Oh gosh, I just knocked over a big stack of cards. We're all gonna die. A-Squad, catch you later, brother. Thanks for joining. James Grunfelder says, I'm the first one to pronounce. You know, I'm pretty good at names. I'm just pretty good at reading things generally. That sounds like a weird humble brag. I got another Wander Franco, but I feel like it might have looked different than the one I got before, so now I want to see if I just got doubles of the exact same card or if I got a variation. Let's go find it. By the way, I wonder if people think the video on this stream is a little better than like before because I got another light, because I felt like it was too dark and it was probably impeding the quality of the camera or the ability of the camera to produce a decent image. So hopefully that's an improvement. People have oh, okay, there's that other Wander Franco. Oh, look, it is a variation. One has the so I think the one without the autograph is the variation, and this is the base, because all the other cards have autographs. And so, yep, missing signature, and this is the first card in the set. So that is an awesome hit, because Wander Franco is the best player in this set. And I just want to go through these, because on the thing there, right by under the number, like on this one, you see there it says the right above the photo it says missing signature. So that's how you know you have an SP variation. I'll also pull the scratch offs because we're gonna scratch off one of those for whoever requested that. Make sure we get all of the SPs out of here. Not too many. Okay, nothing in there. Luke J says video quality is great. Alright, excellent, thank you. I actually ordered like 2 more lights. So it's gonna be like the surface of the sun in here. And shit's gonna be like 4K, Ultra HD, HDR. Okay, not really. That camera can only do so much. I actually think this camera can shoot 4K, but the streaming software that I have costs extra if I want to stream 4K, and plus, yeah, I don't know if I trust like YouTube to handle that stream and not like lag it, make it laggy. Wow, so that Wander Franco is the only variation I got in here, which is pretty nuts, because if you want to get one card as an SP, it's Wander Franco. So oh wow, look at that, Grant Gambrell, Andrew Vaughn, Hunter Bishop, and Anthony Volps. We're definitely going Grant Gambrell. I don't know who that is. Alright, see back of card for instructions. Well, I don't mind if we do. Alright, so it says each player should have his own scratch off card. Oh, we gotta do 2 players. Rub edge of coin over any black space when 3 outs are scratched off. The next player gets his turn. Rules are the same as baseball. Play 9 full innings. Jeez, do I have a coin? I don't know, I got scissors here that I think will work. Oh man. Fly out. Fly out. So that's 1 out. case for there to be a double play. This thing is rigged. Want my money back. Alright, well, I'm not going to do any more. Mostly because I don't want to get these black, like, scratchings all over my beautiful mat. That might wreck it. So, enough of that. Alright, let's do some comments. Jason Dominguez thoughts. Yeah, you know Jason Dominguez, what can you say? I mean, every year there's these international prospects that come in at a super young age with really, high marks on their talent. And, the thing about Jason Dominguez, I mean, I guess we'll know something about him once he, plays A-ball and is either ripping the cover off the ball or, really struggling. My suspicion is he will probably do well in A-ball, that he may struggle in high A or in double A if he makes that advancement, fairly quickly. And then the question is he going to learn, to adapt to the higher caliber pitching that he's never really seen before? Or is he going to, be susceptible to, like, off-speed pitches? Yeah, we'll find out. So it'll take some time before we know really anything about Jason Dominguez. But, what can you say? I mean, as a Yankee fan, it's great that they signed him, and it's great that he has a lot of potential. But, I mean, the road to ruin is paved with baseball players who didn't live up to expectations. So, is it a guarantee? Absolutely not. Xfire says you should use OBS to stream. I've taken a quick peek at OBS. I just think it's a bit more of a learning curve, and Ecamm is, which I use Ecamm Live. It was very simple. I mean, I learned it in like 2 seconds. So I figured, like, for me, not having to learn something for 10 hours is worth a lot. So we'll see. It may be that, and there's features of Ecamm Live that I'm not using right now that might be worth paying for, and if not, then I might use OBS because I can get those features probably for free from OBS. A-Squad says a bit overrated. I think you're talking about OBS. Interesting to hear if you have experience using OBS or its competitors, A-Squad. Let's see. A bunch of people commenting on Jason Dominguez. A-Squad says, thanks for scratching. Yeah, you bet. And we will see you later, my friend. Alright, I think I'm caught up on comments. Cool. So yeah, I don't know. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock my time here in the Central Time Zone. Where's my mouse cursor? There it is. So yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to buy something to open live. Let me know. If you don't want to buy something, you just want to see me open something, say that. I might go grab something, but I'm not sure what I would want to grab. If there's a consensus, maybe I'll go grab whatever the consensus is. Just showing the things I pulled. The Wanderers and the Will Wilson. I think that's a pretty decent hit. Those are the things I got pulled out of the Heritage there. I'll go back and pull out, just kind of the stars and stuff that I'll put in my rookie box. I thought I'd show this off. Any chance getting the new batch of Upper Deck Hockey? I'm sure I will. I don't know when that stuff came out or when it's coming out, but I actually have 2 boxes. I have MVP and I have OPG, like regular OPG from the year before the current one. So I think it's 1920. So I will be opening those relatively soon. This is a complete set of Bowman Chrome Mini. I bought this a while ago, and so if you buy one of these, you get like, I don't know, 15, I think, parallels, colored cards, and I pulled those out, but what remains is the complete set of this product in base version. So I kind of wanted to look through this. I have a box of odds and ends stuff that I pulled out for maybe going through on a video. So no time like the present. Oh man, this is hard. Okay. Antonio Sanchez had a really good year last year, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, by the way, another thing. I think, didn't they announce the Cy Young Awards? And it was Shane Bieber and, what's his nuts? The, guy, oh man, what's his name? The guy who used to be his teammate in Cleveland, but now is on the Reds. Who's a goofball, and I can't remember his name. I've never really gone through this entire set, so a lot of these cards have not seen the light of day. But there's a nice Acuna first Bowman, and there's a nice Soto right there. Reese Hoskins. Really a great set this year was, 2017. So, and there's a nice Cody Bellinger, 2017 Bowman. Jordan Montgomery rookie card. Carter Kieboom was at one time a pretty decent prospect, but Lazarito was also a pretty good hitting prospect a couple years ago. Not so much now. Hopefully he'll make it to the majors soon. Nice Aaron Judge rookie card. Mountcastle. Trevor Bauer, yes, that is the guy who won the NL Cy Young. So congrats to him. I was kind of surprised by that. I didn't really follow the, Cy Young race in either league, but I did not know that Trevor Bauer was doing as well as he apparently ended up doing. So that was kind of a shock to me. Like, I had thought Kershaw had another vintage year, but maybe he didn't. I just don't follow, teams other than the Yankees, really. And to some extent, some of the other teams in the AL East, because they're relevant to the Yankees. But also, with a shortened year, it was just kind of, a very, Matt Manning's a really good pitching prospect for the Tigers, one of many. Nice little Austin Meadows there. These are just some cool cards to look at, I think. Can't wait to get to the Acuna. Lourdes Gurriel was he's still a really good young player on the Jays. Matt Strom is a native of West Fargo, which is the town next to the one that I am in. There's a lot of cards in this set, and I feel like these are not in any order. So 163, 49, 246, yeah, so these are in totally random order, I feel. So I won't worry about the order they're going back in. Bo Bichette. Thomas, really good player for the Rays, was in the World Series. Didn't do much in the World Series. Josh Hader, really good relief pitcher. Matt Chapman, really good player. Who's now been in the bigs for a few years. Eloy Jimenez, of course, very good player for the White Sox. Now managed by Tony La Russa, one of my favorite managers. Benintendi rookie. Braden Shipley. Chris Paddock is a really good pitcher, and that's his first Bowman. Let's see here. Luis much of this product that I've opened. I don't know that I have seen every single card in this 2017 Bowman line. Cody Bellinger, rookie. That's from Bowman Chrome in 2017. That design right there. The one we got from before is the one that's in regular Bowman, like the first Bowman product. There's a very cool card, Tatis Jr. Neal was once a pretty highly regarded prospect. Now it's not as much, but still some interest in him. Jake Bowers, Jan Cisco, Josh Bell's pretty good. Abreu and Justice Sheffield. Justice Sheffield, man, he got traded around a lot in his career. I think he's still with the Mariners. He did throw a few innings for the Yankees and was their top pitching prospect for a number of years. There we go, Gleyber Torres, very nice. Kirilov is good. Rafael Devers is good. Tucker's good. Starting to see some scratches on these cards, which I don't like at all. But most of the cards of major stars I saw before were pretty clean. So I don't know. Nice Vladdy right there, that's got some scratches on it. Well, that's got major scratches on it. I don't know how that could happen. I mean, that had happened at the factory. Gavin Lux, good prospect. Clint Frazier had a really nice year last year, or this current year. There it is. Ronald Acuna. Beautiful card. Beautiful. This is fun. Glad I went through this. Walker Buehler. Shaping up to be a really good pitcher for the Dodgers. Got a fair number of his rookie cards. I don't know which are in 2018 Topps Series 1. I don't know what those are going for in PSA 10, but if it's like $20 or so, that seems like a really good investment to me. Druso Ornelas had like a really good year last year. At least for a time. I just remember his cards were like going bonkers. Kyle Lewis, Rookie of the Year, 2020. I'm trying to think what's left in here that I haven't seen yet. I don't know if I can tell you. Kevin Maytan was like one time one of the best prospects in this set. I have no idea where that guy went. But I think he's probably like out of baseball at this point. Senzel was a good prospect for quite a while. James Kaprelian. Man, that guy I think is out of baseball now. He's this really tall flamethrower that I thought was going to be a really good pitcher for the Yankees, but ended up getting traded, I think, to the A's and never made it up. And I think he kind of fizzled out. I think he had some injury that kind of ended his career, if I'm not mistaken, but I might be wrong. Alright, Noah Valencia says hi. It's funny, I think comments have like completely died. We still got 37 viewers, so hopefully everyone's still alive. And tuning in, I'm probably going to Robles, rookie there, very nice. Or not really a rookie, but whatever. Early card. Probably gonna Dustin May. There you go, another great pitcher for the These have some very prominent chrome scratches, but I gotta tell you, these like factory condition issues were reserved for some of the crappier cards in the set. So I'm pretty pleased about that. That was the first time I've looked through this entire thing. So, pretty pleased. As you can see from the sticker on this, I had this listed for $15 at a show that I went to like before the pandemic. Didn't sell. I didn't really sell anything at that show, but that was before cards went bananas. You know, they've been doing card shows in my area, and I have not been going really to any place where there's people. So I don't know how those have been going. I mean, I know you have to wear like masks and stuff at those. I don't know if people are complying or what, but I will sit those out until we get North Dakota back to like some kind of decent number of infections. Yeah, so anyways, I don't know, it's a bummer I can't go to these card shows because I got so much crap that I think people would want, but maybe I'm wrong. I thought that before too, and nobody bought anything that I was selling, and I'm grateful I did because it's all like tripled in value, so, if I sold it, I'd probably be pissed. Alright, if you pull any Devin Williams rookie cards and update, do you think we could work out a sale or trade? Yeah. If you want to, Brewers Pilots, I think I saw your comment on one of my videos, but if you saw any out of the 2020 update that I opened on the sports card show, let me know, and I'll be happy to work something out with you. I don't know what those are going for. If they're going for like $1, I'm just going to mail them to you. I had to take a drink there. I was getting parched. Normally when I do these long videos, and I don't even know how long I've been going here, but normally when I do these long videos, my throat gets really sore. Like, I just don't have the stamina. My vocal cords don't. I mean, I'm probably getting better as I get more of these longer ones under my belt. But anyway, since I've had a little bit of a drink here, it's helped a lot. So yeah, I'm just gonna maybe read comments for a little bit. Mason Keep says, "Go Brewers." Yeah, I got no problem with the Brewers. I like them. I like Christian Yelich because I pulled one of his first Bowman autos out of one of those repack products that I was getting into like a year or so ago. So I'm hoping that goes up. He had kind of an off year last year. Okay, Brewers Pilots sound good. I wonder how the lag is doing right now, if it's got any better or if it's like the same as when it started. So we got 30 likes and 35 viewers right now. It's funny, I don't really, I actually don't really notice generally the likes on my videos, but every, good, or every sort of popular YouTuber that I watch, especially some of them, but most of them do it at some point, like have the person who's doing the video say, like, be sure to smash the like button. And I gather it's very important to like how popular your video is in the YouTube algorithm that like shows people recommended videos. So occasionally I think to tell people to like my videos, but I do think that the recorded like videos of these live streams do pretty well, because I think like all these likes that people leave while they're just watching like transfer over to the video as soon as it's posted, so it kind of has a head start there, and YouTube ends up recommending it to a lot of people. Alright, John Ramsey's thoughts on how low TV ratings this playoff season in baseball. Yeah, I saw reference to that in the news, and I was quite surprised myself, because I just thought the playoffs were, riveting. I mean, there are a lot of close series, a lot of really exciting games, and as a TV spectator, I did not think that the lack of a crowd really impacted the viewing experience. I mean, it was sort of weird because you're here, they put the crowd noise in, and you're like, well, that's weird because like it sort of sound like if you were blind and you were listening to the game on TV, you would not have any idea that anything is different at all. But if you're not blind and you can see the empty stands, but you hear it's a little bit sort of, feels wacky when you first see it. But I watched enough of the playoffs that I just got used to it. And I also watched, a lot of the Yankees games when they were, in the regular season. So yeah, I was kind of shocked that more people did not watch. I thought it was a really good postseason in terms of the players' performance. So it was kind of weird to me, yeah. Delilah Bahina says, hi, I'm new. Hello, Delilah. Good to have you here. Benjamin Grant says, are you going to be opening any packs on this stream? Benjamin, yeah, I hate to break it to you, but you're coming in kind of at the tail end here, and I've opened a full box of this stuff. Heritage Miners. So once this video is done, it'll get posted to the channel. You can go check that out. And yeah, we got a bunch of the cards sitting right next to me here over in this big stack. So yeah, I did open that. I just went through a box of 2017 Bowman Chrome Mini Baseball 2, and yeah, I'm probably not going to do anything else. If anybody really wants to sneak in a personal break and they want to buy something on hotcardboard.com, I will do that. But other than that, I'm probably not going to open anything new. I'm just going to kind of go through comments here until I run out of steam. Drew Staff says, can you show me it? I'll show you the 3 best cards. So the Wander Franco base, or no, Wander Franco, this is a variation. It's got no signature. That's the base card. I pulled both of those out. Wow, this base card has a totally effed up edge there. I'm like, yeah, that's the base card and not the SP that got jacked up. But this is the auto I pulled out of it. It's a pretty good one. I've not read much about Will Wilson, but he's the 15th pick of the 2019 draft, so that's a really good hit as far as I'm concerned. And then I guess the other, quote unquote hit that we got was a jersey card, and that was Taylor Trammell. So, oh, and then I also got a colored Clark Schmidt, which is great for me because I'm a Yankee. So I'll pull that one out. So that's what we got. That's the hits. Dre Stav. Pickle Rick 123 says, what's your favorite baseball team? It is the New York Yankees. And I talk about them a lot on this show, so if you like the Yankees, you're probably going to like the content when I talk about baseball, just because I read about the Yankees all the time, and so I usually know what's going on with them. And if I hit something in a pack that relates to the Yankees or what I'm seeing in the news, I will definitely talk about it. Hey, here's a question for you guys. One thing I've thought about doing, and one reason I wanted to turn on Super Chats, is because I was like thinking about maybe doing a deal where like I would have some cards, maybe like some singles or maybe some packs, and I would just like, have them out, and if people wanted me to open something and send it to them, they could do a super chat for whatever the price is, and then I could just open it right there. And then I guess you'd have to like email me your address so I could know where to send it to, and I'd have to hope that your address lines up with your username, otherwise could have some imposters. So yeah, I don't know if I'll do that. I guess if I can get past the security issues, I'll do it. But I just wondered if people would be interested in that. I think the super chats are like an easy way for me to just put a bunch of stuff up. Maybe it's like $2, $3, $4 cards, and people to buy them quickly. Because otherwise, I basically have to put stuff. I have to create a product on hotcardboard.com for people to buy through that site, and that's a lot of effort. And if I just have like a stack of cards I want to sell, put up for sale and people can buy them with super chats, it makes it a lot easier. So I don't know if that's legal for YouTube's rules, like if they don't like you selling things using super chats or what, but I don't know, maybe we'll just try it until I get arrested by the YouTube police. Okay, next question is, how do you think the Mets will do with the new owner? Well, that's a very good question. I know most of what I know about the Mets owner situation is that people who are Mets fans totally hated the prior owner, and they're like totally ecstatic that a new owner finally stepped in, which I gather was something that was likely to be a possibility for the last couple of years at least. So yeah, I mean, again, I don't know much about it, but my sense is that fans seem to think that the ownership change will be good. I mean, when I look at the Mets and the talent they have on their team, I mean, I gotta believe that they could put together a really good squad. They could go pretty deep in the playoffs if they don't have, you know, bad management working against them. So I would say if I were a Mets fan, I'd probably be pretty optimistic about the coming season and beyond. Bruce Pilot says, ever been to a minor league baseball game before? Yeah, good question. So as you know, if you listen to this channel, I lived in Boston for quite some time, and when I was there, I think a couple of times I went to oh god, why am I blanking? The AAA team for the Red Sox, which is in I gotta look it up. The Pawtucket, Rhode Island Red Sox. Yeah, I just went to games there because, like, I was driving down to Providence, Rhode Island, and it's like on the way, and it's really, you know, anybody who lives in that area will tell you that the Paw Sox are like just a really fun experience to go and see their games because they get really good players generally in the Paw Sox, and often they'll have players on that team that are like rehabbing for the Red Sox. So, you know, if you wanted to time it, you could just go when one of those players is on the team, then you can see a major leaguer, and like the access to the field and to the team if you're going for autographs or you just want to kind of, you know, have a close-up experience with the players. It's very good there, and the tickets are like $8, and you can pretty much get in and like go sit wherever you want almost. So it's very laid back. Yeah, it's a good experience. So that's I think that's the only minor league games I've ever been to is the Paw Sox. There's also a team in Maine, the Portland Sea Dogs, I believe, and I've wanted to go see them. And I've been to Portland a bunch of times, or I've been there when I lived in New England, but never managed to get to a game. So that's a bummer. But a lot of people have recommended that to me as a really good experience, and I bet it is a really good experience because that's a very small town, and often those small town kind of minor league experiences are really cool because, you know, it's a laid back situation and nobody cares if you go up to the front row or, you know, want to walk around and stuff. So that's always fun. Not Mr. Moon says podcast collab. You know, I'd be happy to do a collaboration if somebody has a channel that might make sense to do that. So if you're such a person, you'll have to tell me. Or if anybody else there is such a person. But yeah, Binaural Eats, I should probably team up with sometime. He's never done a collab that I'm aware of. But I know a bunch of ASM artists have done collabs. So, you know, there is precedent for that. And, you know, in this day and age, in fact, you know, I was just talking about my software that I use, Ecamm Live, and they have a feature where you can do interviews. So you, like, somebody logs in somehow, somewhere, and then you can do a video chat with them, and it records right into the software. But that's a pro feature that I'd have to pay like another $150 or $200 or something to get that. So we'll see about that. My fondest baseball memory. Gosh. Good question. I've just got a lot of them. My first baseball game I ever saw was a Yankees game at the Metrodome, which is where the Twins used to play. And that was kind of where you went if you were a young baseball fan in North Dakota. They're the closest team, it's about a 4-hour drive. So, I went to games there a few times when I was a kid, and, that was the first time I ever saw baseball, and it was amazing and magical, and, how could you forget that? My mom took me. I grew up with a single parent who was my mother, and she was very supportive of my baseball fandom, and, every house we ever lived in when I was a kid, and we lived in, I guess really only two houses, but in both of those houses, I had like a dedicated room for my sports card. It was the sports card room, and my mom let me have that, and it was fantastic. I loved it. It was my own little sports card shop in the house, and I don't know if every parent would do that, but my mom did, and it was great. That's why I collected for so long, and no doubt part of the reason why I collect today. Brewers Pilot says, "Are you a Knicks fan?" Yeah, I am a Knicks fan. I wouldn't say I follow them all that much. I mean, God, they're such a disappointment every year. I don't know if I can take it. I'm from Vikings country, and the amount of depression caused by the Vikings performance often after having a pretty good season and then like totally shitting the bed in the playoffs is like palpable. So I don't know if I could follow like a total crap team. I mean, the Yankees are giving me a run for my money because they, ever since 2009, they seem to get in the playoffs most years, but they just can't pull it off, and it's a heartbreaker. This year was a real big heartbreaker because, God, they started so strong, and then they just sucked. And it's just like, oh, God, do I even want these people to be in the playoffs? Because, they're just going to let me down, is how I feel a lot of times with the Yankees. So I don't know, whatever. It's the nature of being a sports fan. But the Knicks, I mean, they are reliably crappy every year. I mean, even when they have really good players, I mean, they've had Carmelo Anthony and Kristaps Porzingis and, lots of guys before those dudes. And, Jesus, they cannot put it together. So, yeah, I think I'm going to be a Mavericks fan moving forward just because I like Luka a lot. And obviously I've invested like half of my net worth in his rookie cards. So it'd be very bad if he went south, but, he could. Brewers Pilot says, I live in Colorado, and since I think 2014 Brewers AAA and rookie ball team play in Colorado Springs. Actually, yeah, Brett Phillips autographed down there once. That's cool. Excellent. You'll have to tell us how you ended up being a Brewers fan. In Colorado, we have 51 viewers. Welcome to everybody who's joined relatively recently. I did just break some stuff, but don't really have anything else to break. So if you want to see me break something, you can request. If you've got a really burning desire to open stuff, and if I have it, I might do it. If you want to buy something from hotcardboard.com, have me open it for you and then ship it to you, I can do that too. But let me know if you do that so I can just check my email for the order notification. Hamanyola says, hello, sending all love from Finland. Alright, very cool, love it. So we've got Wales in the house, or at least we did, and we've got Finland in the house, so very cool. Yeah, Finland, I have a fondness for Scandinavian folks, is Swedish, which you will never know unless I get more public about my identity. But yeah, I've always loved, and I love like the sort of Scandinavian design aesthetic. So I'd love to go there someday. Also in North Dakota, everybody and their mom is from Norway, so a lot of people go to Norway to visit, because there's just a ton of people who are descendants from immigrants that came to the United States from Norway and settled in the upper Midwest. Mr. Moon says, I'd love to tell everyone about the time I snuck into Fenway, watched a walk-off homer and extra innings from the front row behind the home plate. It ended up on TV. I love it. I hope you have video of that you should post it. If you have a video, you should throw it up on YouTube. But that's great. Yeah, I've been in the front row of a few Major League Parks, just because I buy cheap seats and then wait till like everybody and their mom is left, because one team is up by a bunch or something, or the home team is just not got a chance to win, and everybody leaves to get to their car or the subway or whatever, and then you go up to the front row. Although, you know what, I tried to do that one time. I was in LA, I forget what they call it, LA County Stadium, where the Dodgers play. I was out in LA and I went to a game there with a friend of mine. We were just kind of, I don't know what the hell we were, oh yeah, what were we doing? Oh, I was out there for like a convention, and a friend of mine was like somewhere else in California, and I said, I'm going to be in LA, and he said, cool, I'll drive to come see you. So he drove like 6 hours to come see me, and we were just hanging out in LA for the day, and and it was like nighttime. We're like, oh, what should we do? And we're like, oh, let's see if there's a Dodgers game, and there was a Dodgers game, so we went. It was like probably in the 5th inning when we decided to go there, and we went there, and we got like the cheapest tickets we could get, and they were up in the nosebleeds. And we were thinking, oh, well, we're going to be there late in the game, so we could just sneak into the better seats. Well, come to learn that in Dodger Stadium, they do not. They have like ushers standing in the places you get into the better seats in the park, so you cannot get past them unless you have a ticket, and they stay there the whole game. So, yeah, can't do that at Dodger Stadium, which sucks. I think they should not do that. I mean, come on, if there's people who are vacating their seats, let the frickin' people, who want to go have them, I think. Alright, John, Ram says, shout out to Mom, yeah. And, Mr. Moon says, P.S. your mom's my hero. Thanks, she's my hero too. Yeah, she passed away in, 2013, and in fact, somebody was asking me how I ended up in North Dakota, and I said I was born here, but the truth about why I am here now is that it was because my mom was sick in 2013, and I came back from Boston to be with her, and I was with her for 5 months until she passed away. And then, she had her house here, and I was staying with her when she was sick, and she passed, and then the house, needed to be taken care of, and I met some, really good friends here. I had some friends from, like, when I grew up, but I also met some friends, like, more recently than that, and, was hanging out with them more, and so I just ended up staying in Fargo, where I live. That's in eastern North Dakota. It's, like, on the border between North Dakota and Minnesota. I ended up staying in Fargo, and eventually just decided I was going to live here. So, there you have it. A PSA returns not, Mr. Moon says. No, I have some that I hope will be maybe this month. They were at the 4-month mark in October, and now they're kind of heading towards that 5-month mark, and I think 6 months is about when you normally expect. And these are submissions that went through a group submitter, so they should be quicker, but there's a little extra time in getting the cards from the group submitter to me. So family is from Wisconsin, and I have an older cousin who's had a big impact on me, and he's a Brewers fan. Yeah. It's funny. I have a connection to Wisconsin. I went to college in Minneapolis at the University of Minnesota, and there's a ton of people that go to that school from Wisconsin because they have reciprocity. So Wisconsin kids get in-state tuition, like Wisconsin in-state tuition, at the University of Minnesota. So if you're from Wisconsin and you kind of want to get away a bit from your, where you grew up, but still pay in-state tuition, then you're going to go to the University of Minnesota, where I went. So anyways, a lot of Wisconsiners from U of M, and I happened to marry one of them. We got divorced a long time ago, but when her family was from a little town outside of Milwaukee, so we went there a few times, and I got to explore Milwaukee a little bit and kind of hang out in Wisconsin and do that drive from Minneapolis to Milwaukee. So I know a fair bit about Wisconsin. All right, Noah Nichols says, it's funny, I have no interest in sports or sports cars, but just love the ASMR in the conversation. No, I appreciate you, man. I get a fair number of comments like that, and frankly, if all I did was talk about sports, I think it would be kind of boring for me. I love talking about anything, really. I don't know. I'm fairly old, probably, compared to a lot of people that spend a lot of time on YouTube, and I've done a lot of things in my life, and I have thoughts about many things. So I'm happy to share that if people think it's interesting, and I do like. It's funny sometimes. Like when I did those Decision 2016 politics cards. They're just like cards of politicians. A lot of people, I think they were just angry because they had some political view that they thought perhaps I disagreed with. I think and they would say like, this is a sports channel. Get back to stick to dribbling. And I'm like, dude, like this channel has always been about like things other than sports. It's called ASMR Sports, and yes, we do mostly sports cards here, but I've always done non-sports stuff and like just celebrity cards and like weird crap. I mean, usually stuff has to be on a piece of cardboard for me to do it. But I don't know. I think I don't know. I think anything should be fair game. Like one time, I just want to go through like my box of old Star Wars figures from like when I was a kid. Actually, I got this box of figures from my friend when I was in like junior high or high school, or junior high or grade school. I got it from this kid because he was just not interested in them, and I thought they might be valuable someday. And sure enough, they were. Although I think the ones I have are not that valuable. Anyways, I have a box of them, but I just want to go through those and like look them up and see what they're worth and talk about Star Wars and stuff. And I mean, who wouldn't love that? I'll tell you who. Nazis. All right. Let's see. So thanks, Noah. I appreciate that. Brewers Pilot says in 2018, I went to Arizona for some Arizona Fall League games to see Brewers prospects. At the end of the game, I went up to the front row and had a brief conversation with Keston Hira. Wow, that's super awesome. Keston Hira. It's funny. I pulled a first Bowman auto of him back in 2017, and I actually had no idea who he was at the time because I just was getting back into baseball cards and just didn't know who the good prospects were. But I was shocked when I looked him up, like that card up on eBay, and it was going for like $40 or $50 or something, $60 maybe. Anyways, I sold it, and I shouldn't have sold it because he ended up doing really well. So anyways, that's my Keston Hira story, and I'll tell you about Arizona. So my sister lives in Arizona in Scottsdale, and I visited her now a couple of times in the winter when spring training is going on, and she lives right closest to the Scottsdale Stadium, I think it's called, and that's where the Giants play. And so I've been to a bunch of minor league games there, and it's really cool. Like the first game I went to, I just walked in. It was like in the 7th inning, and I wasn't really planning to go in, but I just was like running or something, and I just walked in, and they like after the 5th inning, they stopped taking tickets. Like it's just like all the gates are wide open. It's fantastic. So I just walked in, like walked right in the front row. It's freaking awesome. Anyways, then later I went back with my camera, and the Giants were. I used to have a really nice camera, and the Giants were playing the Mariners. And yeah, I got to take some cool pictures. You know what? I got some pictures of Ichiro playing, because he was in right field, and the place I was sitting was like right in the right field side. And I got some really cool photos of him, and then I downloaded them on my computer, and my computer got stolen. So I don't have them, but I did go back. My strange thing is my really nice camera and lens were sitting in the same area my computer was when it got stolen, but they didn't take that. I guess they weren't into photography. Yeah, I went back and I got some more photos, and I have some of those. I'm trying to think who I got photos of. I don't know if I got any like really great players in my photos, but I'll have to go look. If you guys want me to show those sometime, I could do that. I have to go dig them up wherever the heck they are. I got them archived somewhere. Dre Staff says, do I have kids? Yes, I do. I do have 2 relatively young girls, and yeah, what can you say? They're the center of my universe, and they're amazing, and of course they're huge Yankee fans. John Ram says, sorry about your mom, she sounds like a great mom. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been 7 years since she died, and I live in the house that I grew up in with her, starting in like junior high. So, you know, she's all around me, and everybody who's lost their mother kind of knows, you know, until you've really had that experience, you imagine that it sucks, and you imagine that it's like, you know, losing other people, but it's really a unique and very sad experience, but it's part of life, and you know, it's funny, I think all the time, like, we should all hope that we experience our mother dying, because that's the natural order of life, and if we don't, then our mothers experience something that's much worse than us losing them, which is them losing us. So we should be grateful that we outlive our parents, and I hope that my children outlive me and they have the experience of, you know, me dying as a sort of, maybe that sounds ironic, maybe it sounds morose, but it is true. I think for all humans to outlive their parents. Okay, enough about death. Mason Keeb, I'm from Wisconsin. Live in a little town, USA, Green Bay. Alright, fantastic. You must be a Packers fan. So everybody from where well, it's funny. You know, I've mentioned on this podcast, by the way, this is going to be like my longest, did I say podcast? I don't know what the hell this is. It's a streaming video, but I mentioned earlier, it's funny, the video, like the viewers has not gone down. I just imagine people will eventually get bored out of their freaking minds and leave this thing, because I'm just rambling. But I guess, whatever, if you're not sleepy yet, then you're hoping you'll get sleepy. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was going to say, you know, I live in Viking country, and so, of course, all the Vikings fans hate Green Bay, but, you know, there's plenty of Packers fans where I am, too. I mean, they're quite close. So, you know, just like when I was in Boston, there's plenty of Yankee fans. You know, it's close enough. Although there, like, people get violent. Like, if you're rocking around with Yankee stuff like I used to do when I first lived in Boston, I had a Yankees jacket, Yankees hat, and I wore that crap all over the place. And all the time people would, like, yell at me, Yankees suck. I was a lot younger then, and I had much less fear of death. But eventually, you know, I was there for 15 years. Eventually, I stopped walking around in my Yankees jacket. At least if I was going on, like, the subway or some shadier part of town. But around here, you'd be totally fine if you wore whatever, Packer stuff or anything else. I remember that decision video, and you were so neutral all the time. Yeah, Brewers Pilots. You know, I thought so too. I would say that I was in the second one, which was, you know, something I did like a month ago or so. because I did the first decision video like back in 2016 when those cards came out, and then the one I did more recently, I mean, it was in the middle of this current election cycle, so everyone's worked up. But I think in the second one, I started to, be a little more. I mean, I told people kind of what my political leanings were. But I think when I talked about a particular person or a particular issue, I tried to be objective and not really, give anybody a rant on what I believe. And yet people were super jacked. I think, the people that disagree with whatever I said were like very adamant that I should shut up and dribble. So it's pretty fascinating. But, those are the times we live in. Hey, Logan, what's up, my man? Good to see you. Logan's one of the MVPs of the channel, up there with Buck Futler. And Mr. Not Moon, I have to say, is a trooper on all these streaming videos. So, Manola says, if I order from eBay, I have to pay like $40 in shipping. That's interesting. I forget. Did you say you're from Finland? I mean, if you're ordering, if you want to order stuff from my channel or from my e-commerce site, I mean, send me an email, info@hotcardboard.com. I don't know if that $40, like when I figured out what it would cost to ship stuff to Canada, I basically figured out that like I can ship to anywhere in Canada for the same price, for like the same, assuming a constant weight of package. So I could probably do something similar to like Finland, and it may be that, so my base shipping price for US orders is, I think, $7.99, and that's if you order less than 150. So if you order more than 150, you pay no base shipping. So if you're in the US, that means you get free shipping. If you live in Canada, it means you just pay the extra Canadian amount, which is $11. And if you live in Finland, even though I don't have Finland like up in my site to select for shipping, I just got a text. I don't forget where the hell my devices are. I don't know where they are. Whatever. Yeah, so I don't know, if you want, I can, like, for any country, I can tell you basically what the surcharge would be for the shipping, and if you want to spend that, then I can enable the shipping to that country, and then it would just charge that additional charge for the shipping. So if it was like $20 to ship to Finland, then, and it would have to be basically $28 for me to charge you $20, because the $8 I sort of assume you're paying anyways, or you're getting free if you order enough product, and then I just charge the extra, so you're only paying what somebody would pay over and above what the US customers are paying, if that makes sense. Alright, I'm getting like behind on comments. I was worried there that I wasn't gonna have any comments to respond to. Well, we got 60 viewers now. Is it true, or are they just like inflating numbers to make me feel good? I don't know. Maybe if I go for like 5 hours, I'll have 100 viewers. Maybe there's like not a lot of live streams on right now because it's so late, and YouTube is recommending me to everybody. Alright, that was Logan Silk says, is there any way you could go over the comment you left about the Kobe audio? I got really confused. Yeah, it's funny because I was kind of confused about your comment actually, and then I went and looked up just what was going on there, and I figured it out. So what I was saying is, so at some point, like a year ago, or maybe like not even that long ago, Panini's redemption system was totally changed. Like they use a new website to do redemptions now. They use their like Panini Direct website, which is where you order Panini products from their website. So they use that site now to do redemptions. But before, there was a totally separate redemption website, which you had a separate login for that site as compared to the site you log in for Panini Direct. And so at some point, they just like took down the old redemption site. Like they just nuked it. Doesn't exist anymore. And so if you had a login for that site, which everybody who had pending redemptions did, like everything is gone. It's effing crazy. So like anybody who had pending redemptions at that time, they did that switch over to the new site, they're all gone. So I had that Kobe redemption. I had like 3 or 4 others, and they just disappeared. And nobody has like gotten any answer from Panini as to what the hell is going on. So like I'm 5 minutes from fucking suing the pants off those bastards. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Does that make sense? Tell me if not. All right. Love the decision stuff. Politics and sports are my main interests. So really appreciate discussion. Although I feel I'm often more liberal than many of the sports cards fans. Yeah, you know, I tend to imagine that the sports card world, just because there's a lot more people who played sports, and we tend to, you know, people who played sports tend to be kind of jockey and, you know, more, I don't know what the word is, but machismo or whatever, and those tend to not be, you know, Democrat or liberals as frequently as people who are, I don't know, doing like liberal arts education and not playing sports and whatever. I can say that because I played sports, but I also, you know, have a liberal arts. Well, let's see. No, actually, my degree was in business, but I did get a minor in philosophy, so I took plenty of kind of liberal arts classes. But yeah, so whatever. I like to just be objective, you know. I don't know. I'm a very critical thinker, analytical, and like logic, and I like being informed about things, and you know. I think a lot of times politics or political discussion tend to be from places of not necessarily facts, but mostly like people's interpretation of those facts. And there also tends to be a lot of people just, and I hate to say both sides because that's kind of like a sort of a, I don't know, that's a cop-out to say, oh, both sides do this. Because sometimes it's not both sides, sometimes it's one or the other. And anyways, but I do find that both sides, on both sides of the political aisle, you will find lots of people who I think, you know, are just sort of in their own kind of bubble in terms of the information they read, or maybe they're not even that well informed, and they're just reading things that are more like conclusions that people that agree with them happen to, you know, have put out there as opinion pieces, but they don't really look into the, you know, what's behind those conclusions and kind of ask themselves, well, do I agree with these people just because I like them? I know they agree with me on other things, so I trust them on whatever this issue, or are they agreeing with those people because they're like, oh, I've you know, understood and know the relevant, you know, facts, like the whatever the data or, you know, the law or whatever it may be, and I agree with that person, and, you know, maybe they say the reasoning for why they believe what they do more eloquently than I could say it, but I don't just agree with them because, you know, I know that they agree with me on other stuff, and I've just taken it at their word. So people, I think, you know, because it's not that easy to look into and to read about and to understand all these very complex issues that are relevant to politics. So a lot of people, you know, I think, you know, through no fault of their own, are just kind of getting, you know, opinions from places they trust, and maybe those places are fairly sort of like opinion page kind of types of content, and they're not like, you know, actual news reporting, and so they're just gonna kind of argue stuff that those other people argue, but maybe they don't know the logic behind that argument, blah blah blah. Anyway, so I'm just saying, I like to kind of dig into stuff with a real kind of cold mentality, and just, you know, see if you can explore why people, or, you know, why a particular conclusion makes sense or doesn't make sense. That's all I try to do. I mean, I have my views, and I, you know, like every human, I want other people to say, oh my gosh, you're a genius. You are absolutely right. I'm going to believe you. But that's just the same kind of, I don't know, that's just the same sort of like greed and what's the vanity that, you know, is a problem for lots of areas of life other than politics. So I don't know. I try to not feel that way, although everybody does feel that way. They want like their views to be validated, no matter what they are or what they're about. Bruce Lee says, should have kept that tie-dye Luca. Yeah, oh, god damn it. Every day I think about that effing card. Oh, this reminds me though of something I want to talk about. So, for those of you who don't know, I talk about this all the time because it's like the greatest regret of my life. In 2018, I opened a box of Select Basketball. I think it was like the first or maybe the second box of Select Basketball I ever opened in my whole life. and I didn't know anything about anything. And one of the cards I pulled was a tie-dye rookie card of Luka Doncic, a tie-dye courtside. And by the way, that courtside card, even like a base of that thing in PSA 10 goes for like $2,500. So this card is the, number to, it's a effing gorgeous card. It's absolutely stunning. It's like this tie-dye, rainbowy, just tasty goodness, man. It's so, I don't want to look at it though. I don't want to look at it because I had one in my hands. I had no idea who the hell Luka Doncic was when I pulled that thing. I had no idea about anything in basketballs. But I looked it up and it's like, oh my god, it's a $700 card at that time, right? So I was like, okay. I sent it in for grading. It was one of the first cards I ever graded at PSA. I sent it in, I got a PSA 9, and this thing was packed fresh, man. I probably didn't clean a thumbprint off it or something, and that's why I got a 9 instead of a 10. So I got it back. I got a PSA 9, and I put it up for sale on eBay, and I put it up for like $700 because that's what it was going before I got it graded, and it sat there and it sat there and it sat there, and it was like in the off season of basketball, and nobody bought it. And then I think what happened is then the next season was starting, and I suddenly started to get some offers on it, and I got an offer for, I don't know, $400-$500, and I was so excited because it sat just with no interest, no offers on it or anything for the longest time. So I just, I sold it like that, and yeah, worst decision I've ever made in my entire life. I was gonna say worst financial decision. That might actually be the worst decision. Okay, well, maybe not. Okay, maybe I've made worse decisions. Anyways, that card is worth about $30,000-$40,000 now. So, F me. Thanks for the reminder, Bruce Lee. Ryan O'Laughlin, I've been for the entire stream. All right. That, my friend, is dedication. Dre Stav says, I'm from Wisconsin in a town called Brookfield. Or near Milwaukee. Does it ring up? Oh, gee whiz. I don't know. I'm going to tell you the town that my ex-wife was from. It's Grafton, Wisconsin. I think it was just north of Milwaukee, if I'm not mistaken, so I wonder if you've heard of that one. I wouldn't recognize a lot of the suburbs. So you may be more likely to recognize the ones that I've been to. Alright, Mason says, Dre, yeah, I know where Brookfield is. Okay, so you guys are talking cool. Bruce Pride says, I was a Packers fan as a kid, but I kind of grew out of football, but I'm a Jaguars fan now because I have a relative who plays for Jaguars. Oh, very cool. You gotta tell us who that is. Bruce Pilots, I think I have some aunts who live in Brookfield. Alright, we're all gonna find our local connections here on this one. Rose says, your voice is so soothing. First time discovering your channel, beloved so far. Well, thank you. I hope you'll subscribe and see if you like my content. I'm just gabbing here right now, but usually I'm opening some kind of cardboard product like sports cards or like movie cards or politics cards. So that's what we're up to usually on this channel. Noah Nichols says, nothing wrong with having political views. Notice you featured secular talk on your channel. That's funny. I don't know. I think I must not have hidden my subscriptions to channels, and I guess it's fine. So I've only subscribed. Well, I don't know. I feel like I've now subscribed to a few different things, and yeah, I talk about David Pakman a lot. He's a political guy who's definitely progressive that I like a lot. Although honestly, I don't watch as much because I kind of feel like I actually know more than him about a lot of stuff, so it's not that useful to me. And secular talk is one that I don't really watch that much, but I watched a couple of his videos a while ago, and I subscribed then, and I just haven't unsubscribed. I like Kyle Kalinske a lot less than I like some other folks that I listen to on the political side of things. Let's see. Okay, sorry. I gotta find where I was. Alright, no nickel. I was reading that. Yeah, so if you love Kyle Kunsky, God bless. Yeah, I don't listen to a lot of his stuff, but I see his stuff in my stream, and if it's interesting, I'll check it out. Let's see. HJSC says after midnight more will shop. Is that true? Is that like the... Also, I was, a friend of mine who's a big gamer, said that more people are streaming ASMR on oh crap, what's it called? The Twitch. And so he suggested that maybe I do there, and I think that's one of the options on the streaming software I use, is to stream to Twitch. I can stream to like several places at once, including like Facebook, but I don't really have a Facebook page for this site, so I don't have anywhere to stream it to. But I was thinking about maybe putting it up there, and then it just like adds those people in the comments and in the the statistics for how many are watching. So maybe I'll do that, and that'll be a fun way to get other folks in here. If you watch any ASMR stuff on Twitch, let me know in the comments, and I'll consider it. Alright, the Monstar says I played college soccer as well, and then enjoy the sort of individual fact-finding associated with having my own political stance on each issue, if you know what I mean. That's interesting. I don't know what playing college soccer has to do with that, but I appreciate that you are into digging on political issues. I wonder what division college soccer you play, though. I mean, if you're playing Division I college soccer, you must be pretty badass. I've never played soccer. I've always kind of hated it because like most baseball players, I hate running. But I know a lot of people who really love soccer, so I'd be impressed if you had some cool college stats to share. Imaro was just described. Alright, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 6,000 subscribers now, so. Noah Mickle says Majority Report is a great political show. They really get into the weeds. For context, I'm a political writer and I'm currently studying it. Oh, good for you, Noah. You'll have to let us know if you have articles published somewhere. We will check it out. I think I've seen some Majority Report stuff that I'm pretty sure that's like one of the channels that gets recommended to me fairly often, just because I'm subscribed to Kyle Kulinski's show and David Pakman. I think they have a lot of overlapping subscribers. Mason Keep says, any more slots fill up for the break? Let me just check real quick. Yeah, nothing for the last hour, but I did get 2 right when I came on, and I think I had, gosh, let me check. I had 5 before I started the stream, so now I have 7. So there's 3 spots left. If you guys want to fill them up tonight, I'll do the break tomorrow. So, feel free. If you're just tuning in and you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, I've got a basketball card mixer, like a mix pack and box break that's it's featured in the last video that I did before this stream. And if you look at that video in the description, you'll see a link to the page where you can buy a spot. It's like $64 plus $8 shipping. If you buy, I guess you'd have to buy 3 before the shipping is free, but free shipping on orders over $150, and you can order anything from my online store along with your break spot if you want to get to the free shipping level. So check that out. Let me know if you have questions, anybody. Relative, Brewers Pilot's relative is Joe Schobert, Pro Bowl middle linebacker. He was a Brown, so like that dumpster fire of a team also. He's 4-0 versus Minnesota College. Well, thanks for nothing, man. Thanks for nothing. Alright, very cool. Any Joe Schobert fans out there? I've not heard of him, but I have barely heard of Tom Brady. I know so little about football, it's embarrassing. Speaking of which, how about Tom Brady getting spanked last week? That was surprising. always figure like that even though that guy gets down like 20, 21 points or 28 points, he's gonna come back. Man, he's a slippery bastard. Knows how to score in a crunch. I gotta appreciate that. Logan Silk says, the organization will call our governor here in California got more time to get signatures, so there'll probably be a special election out here in 2021. That's interesting, Logan. I know a lot of people like who are really unhappy with California's situation in terms of just taxes and growing homeless populations in larger cities, and some of the unrest that's been happening with the protests and so forth. Really dislike the governor there, Gavin Newsom. Newsom, must be Newsom. Like Ozzie Newsom from the Browns back in the 80s, running back. I know they really, and Gavin Newsom is, he's a pretty prototypical kind of lefty politician. He was the mayor of San Francisco. He's very, very handsome man. Strangely, was once married to the woman who's now dating Donald Trump Jr., I believe, who's like a total, like, it's not like she's apolitical. She's definitely a, huge supporter. I read a story about how she was at a fundraiser for Trump, and she said she would do a lap dance for like the highest, the highest bidder, or like the biggest donation. I think I'm getting that right. I don't know. Someone correct me if I am I'm pretty sure that that's the right story though. But anyways, Gavin Newsom. Yeah, I think I can see conservatives, love to hate that guy because he's got a very, sort of liberal / progressive resume, and all it has done all the things that the conservatives hate. So I could see there being a lot of energy into, wanting him gone. But I wonder if there's the votes to do that. I'd have no idea what margins of victory he had when he ran. So Logan Silk, you probably know a lot more than me about that if you're in California. Yeah, I think you're in California. I know I've shipped stuff to you, but I can't remember where everybody's from. HJSCA says, just anecdotal, have no stats to back it up. Alright, fair enough. Brewer's Pilot says, you're already, okay, I see, I have no idea what's going on. Okay, I was confusing 6,000, 7,000, I can still remember when I was trying to get like 2,000. So yeah, I guess I'm trying to figure out if like my amount of subscribers is accelerating, like if I get more each day now than I did before. I think probably, but I also know that like basically when you get subscribers the most is when you post a new video. So like when I was posting new videos every single day, I think I was getting a lot of subscribers, and now I post much less frequently. I do longer videos now. Sometimes I try to put more thought into them, although I really hate to do any kind of work. I'm totally lazy when it comes to my channel. Yeah, so I do less videos, but they take more time, and I don't know how many I get, how many new subscribers I get when I do a video now as opposed to before. But I do know, like, if when you post less frequently, each individual video gets more hits, because I don't know exactly why, but it's just a fact. Oh man, I got 2 thumbs down. I apologize to whoever is disappointed. I will repent. Just kidding. I don't know who does that stuff, but I doubt they were here for more than 2 seconds. Let's see. Logan Silk says, I'm not really happy with him, but I have to give him some slack. It's such a large state with so many large cities, so I imagine the job is, I think you mean very hard. But yeah, I could see it being very difficult to govern that state. I understand the financial position of California is not that great, and they've had to do like some big tax raises and probably have some more coming to balance their budget. And it's really hard to be popular as a governor when you have to do that kind of belt tightening and raising of revenues. And it's funny. Yeah, I mean, I to talk about politics because, as I have mentioned before, I definitely tend more towards progressive politicians. But I've been on the earth long enough, and I've done a lot of things. I've started a lot of businesses. I've had experiences hiring lots of employees and trying to maintain those employees and dealing with all the things that can go wrong when you rely on employees. And I've paid lots of taxes. I've paid many thousands of dollars in taxes. And because I'm self-employed, and taxes for self-employed people are really a different beast. If you are just a W-2 employee and you get your monthly paycheck but your taxes are taken out of it, the way that you look at taxes is very different than a self-employed person, because I pay taxes 4 times or 5 times a year, really. I pay them quarterly, as every self-employed person has to do. And so the tax bills that I pay are just, obscene compared to what you pay if you could pay every month. And then, like, every year, assuming you're in a business that's making more each year than the prior year, you're going to have to pay an additional tax when you do your taxes in April. So, the tax bills I've been faced with have been, depressing sometimes. So, I get it. I totally get people's disdain at paying taxes. I totally get the sense that, like, God, I'm just paying all this money and I have no control really over where this goes, and it's just it's defeating almost, and you think, like, God, people are not going to want to do anything if they have to pay this kind of money. But the reality is, if I'm honest with myself, like, the amount of taxes I pay has no bearing whatsoever on how hard I want to work or how much money I want to earn or am willing to work to earn. It just doesn't. Like, you could increase my taxes, like, much more than they are, and I would still want to work my ass off, which I, generally do. Although, frankly, I'm getting kind of tired of it after being, working really hard for 20 years or so. But still, that doesn't make me say, oh boy, I want to pay like 20% more taxes so they can go to things that are just totally wasteful and aren't doing anybody any good, right? So, so many of these impulses I think that conservatives have are very valid, and everybody, has them or would have them if they're in a certain situation where they become relevant. So I have so much, like, empathy for things that people feel in all kinds of political spectrums, and that's why I like to talk about it, because I just think, if we just tried to understand a little bit more about what the other people are thinking on the other side, and less about what maybe the talking heads are saying, whether it's Rachel Maddow or whether it's Sean Hannity. Again, I don't want to be the both sides guy, but I just think, let's have a discussion. Let's figure it out. Let's take an issue and let's just drill down and let's get some data, and let's ask ourselves, what do we need to know about this issue to make the right decisions, the efficient decisions, the decisions that are going to cost the least and give us the most impact for our dollars. That's what we want to get to, and it's really hard to do that in today's political climate, because everything is just so based on emotion and people trying to get people jacked up because that's how they're going to raise money. So anyway, all right, more on that when I start my politics stream. Do I like golf? I want to like golf. I want to play golf, but I suck at it because I've not played it, and like, I play tennis all the time, and I hope I can play it forever. But tennis is a sport like golf where, it just takes a long time really to get good at it, unless you have some crazy innate skill, which I don't. And I think even baseball is like that. Like, I was a much better baseball player as an adult than I was as a kid, because I could just think about what I really needed to work on to improve. I could think about strategy. I could think about, the sort of mental side of it and blah blah blah. So anyways, golf is one of those things that it's like playing the piano. I would love to do it. I would love to be good at it, but I don't know if I'm going to ever be able to put in the work. So that's my thoughts on golf. might do it anyways. So, F you, Greenscapers, F you. NBA Draft, Monstar89 says, is on November 18th. Fantastic, thank you for saying that. I've been wondering when that's going to be, so. By the way, is anybody interested in the draft basketball cards that are out, either the Contenders or Prism Draft? Because I realized that I have access to some wholesalers that are selling that stuff for like way cheaper than they have it on blowout cards. So if there were enough desire, I might like grab a case and try to sell boxes or do breaks. But breaks are tough on that because, like, what do you do it by, like the college team? You can't do it by the NBA team because they won't be drafted until the 18th. And then even if you do it after that, I would have to figure out the frickin' pro team that every player got drafted in and then sort that way. And that sounds like a good way to die of an aneurysm. So I don't want to do that. So anyways, if anybody wants to buy boxes, or oh, you know what I could do? I could do like a pack break where, like, you know, every spot gets you 1 or 2 or 3 packs in a box. And I would like pull the packs out and just put like stickies on them and number them. And then we would do a randomization. So if, I don't know, if people were interested in that, I could probably do those. Thought I'd mention that. Oh, by the way, something cool that I got recently is I got a case, which is only, I think 8 boxes. Is it 8 boxes? Yeah, 8 boxes of 2018 Revolution Basketball Chinese New Year edition. So that's one of the very few remaining 2018 products that is somewhat reasonable per box to buy. And if you got like a Chinese New Year Luka out of there, or even a base Luka, and it graded well, I mean, that's going to pay for your box, I think. So, might do something with that on the channel if people were interested. Trevor Foster says, hello. Hello, Trevor. Nice to meet you. Bruce Pilots says the best California governor of all time, Schwarzenegger. Yeah, I mean, how could you beat Arnold, right? I mean, I don't know if he's the best, like, American governor of all time, because you'd have to think that Jesse the Body Ventura out of Minnesota is going to be right up there. How great is it that those guys were in the same movie, which was Predator, back in 1987, I think. My favorite line, I think, of all time from movie is from Predator, where the guy, I forget his name in the movie, and he's not a big actor, but he was I think, like the one black guy who was in that crew of guys who were over in the jungle when they run into the Predator. But anyways, like, he's like, I think he's by somebody who gets killed by the Predator, and then he gets like blood on his face, and then like another guy goes, "Oh my God, you're bleeding," and the guy goes, "I ain't got time to bleed." Come on, that's the best. That's the best. Just make a T-shirt with that on it. By the way, I'm killing it tonight, you guys. I got my stand-up routine going. Nobody said you're really funny. I'm very offended, you guys. I'm very offended. Dre Staff says, are you able to monetize your videos? I am. I have it all set up and everything. I actually just got that set up because you have to have monetization. I'm working to do the super chats. So I had to do the monetization setup, and now I can do super chats. And somebody earlier on this channel did my first ever super chat, so thank you for doing that. But I haven't turned it on for any of my videos. And my question is whether, like, honestly, it's actually gonna, like, my average video gets maybe like 1,500 to 2,000 views, which I think would net me about $2, unless, like, for some reason my videos get like ads from high-paying advertisers, which, from what I know, you have to do videos that get attracted by, or that attract people who are of interest to, like, lawyers suing asbestos companies for mesothelioma class action. So if I did an ASMR video on mesothelioma, I think I could make $1 million. But anyways, I'm not sure that I have enough, like, views on my videos for, like, it So I kind of don't really want to put advertising on. But I don't know, if people tell me they really think it wouldn't be annoying and they want me to see what happens, I would do it. But I don't know, I figure I'll just wait until I have, like, I don't know, a lot more subscribers, which may never happen. So yeah, there's more than you ever want to know about monetizing. Another reason I wanted to turn on monetization, or at least apply for it and have it granted, was because you can't put like hot links in your videos unless you have that monetization turned on, which is like kind of nuts. So I wanted to be able to do hot links to like products that I mention on my videos that I want you to be able to click to a link to like buy or see more information about or whatever. So actually, so that's why I originally signed up for monetizing, but I actually haven't done a hot link yet because I have no idea how to do it, and I'll have to figure that out. By the way, I don't know if that's really loud. I'm scratching my beard right now. Let's see. HJSCA says, speaking of budgets and deficits, wonder what kind of austerity is coming because of pandemic spending. I'm sure some politicians will push with huge spending cuts after the pandemic eases. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you're talking about like within the United States or outside of the United States. I mean, you know, the United States is always going to be comparatively better off than nations that are, you know, struggling with budget crises before the pandemic. In the United States, what we tend to do, you know, is print more money, you know, risk inflation, and you know, kind of pass the buck to the future, and then hope that we have like a period of strong economic performance in which you know, the tax base will naturally increase because there's a greater GDP and there's more economic activity leading to taxation, and that tends to you know, get the deficit down and pay off, you know, the past deficits. So you know, I mean that's generally how the United States tends to deal with downturns. I don't think that they would, you know, for example, start raising taxes significantly if there is a major economic depression going on. But, you know, at some point you wonder, are they going to have to do that? But, yeah, I mean, you know, people don't realize this, but the Trump administration, whatever you may think about them, has absolutely been increasing the national debt. You know, they were increasing the debt and running a very large deficit even before the pandemic, and then the pandemic, you know, so far I think there's been like whatever $800 billion in COVID-19 aid through various like loan programs and stuff, and also just giving states money to deal with like hospitalization costs and all this stuff. So there's been huge costs because of the pandemic, and then even before that, generally speaking, the government has been operating at a very significant loss and running a very, very large national debt. So yeah, whatever the Biden administration will have its hands full with dealing with that. It's going to be tricky, but I mean, you look at the situation that Barack Obama walked into, where, you know, you had a really significant financial meltdown right at the beginning of his term, and you know, that was probably as hard or harder to work out of than what we're facing, you know, in 2021. And who knows when the pandemic may end? I mean, it could be going quite strong into second quarter of 2021, and yeah. So, anyways, yeah, it's definitely troubling. I mean, no matter what your political stripes are, you've got to think there are some really hard challenges ahead. So, I hope we can rebound very quickly with the economy, and I hope the pandemic will, you know, really subside quickly. But yeah, I mean, at least where I am in North Dakota, Jesus Christmas, it's every day it's worse, and I'm just like, God, I don't know what's gonna. I mean, they're not really doing anything about it here. They're just like, oh boy, I sure hope people start start social distancing some more. It's like, well, you've been saying that for 2 months. I don't think they're gonna. I mean, maybe they will if like they start realizing, oh, I can't go to the hospital anymore because there's no beds. Maybe they will behave differently. I don't know, but all right. Anyways, next question. What's up, Grumpy Cat Lover? Oh, hey, I remember you from before. Are you going to eventually do another baseball card break down the road? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I will be doing. I might want to do a football one first, or I might do a second basketball one if I fill the current basketball one up. I kind of can't believe how long I've been going here. It's 2 minutes 22, or 2 hours 22 minutes. I'm gonna have to probably go soon, but we've been doing steady like 50, 60 viewers the whole time, so that's pretty cool. All right, Logan, so I have to get a drink here in just a minute. I've been going so long, my drink is like totally like lukewarm. Not nearly as good that way, but probably better for my throat. Let's see, Logan Silk says, have you pre-ordered any 2021 NBA cards? You know, I have not, and I probably will not because I just think the prices are nuts. I think my best chance is going to be to see what like whole or what sort of secondary like distributor pricing looks like in the first like week of release. So okay, so there's this. I'll explain something that I haven't really talked much about, but I've been thinking a lot about lately. Is okay, there's something called DealerNet, and anybody can join it. It's a site that has existed since like the 90s, and it's basically a place where like distributors and dealers can buy and sell unopened sports cards, and it's essentially kind of like a secondary wholesale market. So what that means is all of the people who are on there are basically dealers, and they list stuff, but it's always going to be cheaper than what you would pay if you bought a case off like Dave and Adam's Card World or Blowout, because it's just that's the market, right? Like people are not going to pay on that market the retail pricing because they are all going to be reselling it, so they have to have margin. So anyways, that site is very useful if you want to do things like buy cases of stuff right after it comes out, because what happens is you get a lot of distributors who have that stuff. They got it for wholesale. They probably were supposed to sell it to their retail buyers or their sort of wholesale clients, but they might have held it back because they know they could sell it for a lot more than the wholesale price that, is basically the MSRP, the wholesale or I don't know, it's not the MSRP because that's retail, but I don't know if I'm explaining this well, but basically there's like a price that, if you get allocated something from a distributor, you would pay that price if you're a reseller, and that price is generally very low. But it's a price that the distributor is probably contractually required to charge by the manufacturer, because the manufacturer doesn't want the distributors just turning into retailers and jacking their prices for everybody. So anyways, the distributors get lots of stuff from manufacturers. They got, pallets of new product, and they're supposed to sell it, at these wholesale prices to their customers. And what they've been doing lately is basically not selling it, and they're just holding it back, and then they need to get rid of it. But they can't just go to eBay and sell it. They've got to get rid of it in a place that's a little more discreet, and it's arguably like a wholesale kind of situation. And so the way they do that is on DealerNet. Now, a lot of the prices you see on DealerNet, now I could not go on DealerNet and get a very good price on 2018 Prism basketball stuff, because there's just not anybody selling that in quantity enough to drive the price down. So for that, if I wanted to get that stuff, I would maybe pay like 1% less than Blowout. So I may go do that. And frankly, I've had a membership to DealerNet. You pay a monthly membership. It's like $30 a month. And if you buy lots of cases of basketball cards, hell, it might be worth it for you. But I've been a member for like, I don't know, 8-9 months, and I have not bought anything off there. Meanwhile, I've been buying boatloads of cases from Blowout and from David Abs the whole time, because all of the stuff that I want to order is not really that much cheaper on DealerNet. But there are a limited number of situations where DealerNet is going to be way cheaper than Blowout, and one of those situations is when a product just releases. So every dealer on there who is selling is going to have that product in stock, and they're going to want to sell it, and they're going to want to sell it easily and quickly. And to do that, they have to come down to kind of a price that's going to be significantly lower than what Blowout or other retailers are going to offer. So that's kind of your chance to buy when there's just everybody has the product and they want to move it quickly. And you're not going to get you're never going to get wholesale pricing on it, but you're going to get a price that's much more competitive than if you waited 6 months or something to buy that, when not everybody's going to have that product anymore. A lot of people have sold out what they have. But when everybody has it, they all have to kind of price competitively to get their, product to the top of the list, or the, lowest price on the list of people that want to sell. Anyway, so that's what I'm saying, is I might buy some Prism stuff if I can get it cheap that way, but I would not pre-order, because the pre-order prices are bonkers. Alright, Monster 89 says, sorry, we neglected to tell you that you're funny. I thought it went without saying. That's funny. I've always been like kind of class clown, and generally people, who know me personally think I'm occasionally pretty funny. And I try to be humorous on this show. It's sort of just part of my personality, but yeah, nobody's ever really said, you're funny, so I kind of wonder if all my jokes are just falling flat. Bruce probably says, besides Don Malley, who's your favorite player as a kid? So first of all, shout out to Don Malley, won Manager of the Year for the Marlins. I'm super excited about that. That's really cool. In fact, I saw there was a Topps Now card that had, him sort of as AL Manager of the Year, and it had an autograph on it. I kind of think I should go buy that, so I might go do that. But other than Don Malley, let me think. Gosh, I don't know. There was like wacky players that I liked on the Yankees, like Steve Sachs. I liked when he was on the Yankees. Kevin Moss I liked for the 5 minutes he was hot. I don't know, gosh. I didn't really like anybody. I wanted the cards of players who were hot, like Greg Jeffries. I wanted his cards. Bo Jackson, I liked his cards. But I didn't really like the players that much. I just wanted the cards of guys who were good and whose stuff was going to be valuable and go up in price. So I can't say I liked a lot of players when I was young. When I was just a fan of baseball, in later years, like in the late 90s, my favorite player was Bernie Williams on the Yankees. So I guess that's all I can say in answer to that question. Aiden Sherrill says, just failed getting the PlayStation 5. So yeah, that's a bummer. I know very little, but I know it's just coming out, and some people have posted about ordering it. I don't know, how difficult the pre-order process is, or maybe it's not pre-order, maybe it's just ordering at this point. I would love if anybody wants to tell me a little bit about that, because maybe I want to get that and play some MLB The Show. HJSCA says, interesting thoughts. You should really do the politics side more often. I'm in Canada. Yeah, again, I kind of want to just do like a politics show, like on my ASMR Sports channel, and see how many people it pisses off. It will totally piss off a lot of people. I can tell you that. But maybe I should do it anyways. I would label it like not sports, stay away, politics only kind of thing, but some people would get pissed. That's just kind of the nature of the beast. Alright, Fjord Knocker says, sup man, how you doing? I'm doing well. How are you doing, my friend? Ryan's Average Life, I like that name. Best channel on YouTube. Well, thank you, Ryan's Average Life. I appreciate that. The Monster 89 says, thankfully, the fact that the US dollar is the reserve currency for much of the world provides much more stability to us than many people were. Yeah, that's very true. Palmer says it's very stressful. What is very stressful, Jake Palmer? I wonder. And with that, I'm caught up on comments, so I'll take a little drink here. Check my email for any orders coming in. Yeah, nothing. Nothing coming in. Hey, you know what I should do is switch this over. There we go. Alright. So there is hotcardboard.com. Look at that sweet bunch of, so that's me. Let me show you. So let's see if you want to get in the basketball break that I've been talking about. I'm going to move some stuff over here. If you want to get in on the basketball break, you'd go over here and go basketball, and then this flaming basketball logo or picture I got of the internet is the break. And just a description here of what's in here. There's 4 of these hot cardboard variety packs right there. And then plaster box. So you can buy both of those products individually if you're so inclined. So yeah, check that out. Check that out if you want. Hey, I can post like a link to that. Check that out. I can go like this, copy. And then I can go over to the comments. And I've never actually commented in my own stream. How weird is that? Boom. Look at that. Go by, go by, go by. Okay, I just gotta read because Logan Silk said Ryan's average life. Wow, you have 500,000 subs. So I want to introduce everybody to my new best friend, Ryan's average life, whose 500,000 subscribers unanimously agree that I am the greatest channel on YouTube. Therefore, it must be true. And Ryan's average life is going to tell all of his. He's going to do a special video where all he does is talk about how great a channel I have. Is this how networking works? Oh, hey, super chat from Ryan's average life. Well, I should hope so, Ryan's average life, because according to your subscriber count, you are a multi-billionaire. And now you're just spreading the love. I appreciate that. Should I go on like other live streams and super chat with my ASMR Sports account? Will I be a billionaire if I do that? I don't know. I really have no idea what I'm doing. Logan Silk knows Ryan's average life. This is getting the plot is thickening, you guys. I don't know what's going on. There's a network of people, and they're coming onto my channel, and they know each other, and some of them have hundreds of thousands of subs, and I don't know what to do with my hands. You guys see what's that show with Talladega Nights? I don't know what to do with my hands. Oh, you guys can't see my hands right now. Let's see. I gotta switch here. I don't know what to do with my hands. If you haven't seen Talladega Nights, you're wondering what the F I'm talking about. All right, Ryan's average life is gonna hook me up with what do they call that? A shout out. Yeah, shout out. Cool. I guess I have Logan Silk to thank for getting Ryan's average life here. I'll have to check out your. Can I click on your like name? Oh man, I can't. What is it? It's all the comments say add to broadcast. What does that mean? Hold on, I'm gonna click it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You guys see that? I can put people's comments on my thing, on my video. That's amazing. I just learned that. Look at I'm gonna do this. Ryan's average life says I'll mention it on my podcast. Therefore, I have a contractually binding obligation from Ryan's average life, and if it's not consummated, there will be a federal lawsuit because I've put it on my video, and now it is there for all eternity. Jake Palmer says, "Oh, look at this! I'm gonna put the comments I'm reading on there." Jake Palmer says, the pre-ordering. This is great. Now I have like stuff on my video instead of just like a blank frickin' screen of my mat. Jake Palmer says the pre-ordering of the PS5 is very stressful. All of the retailers were claimed to release the product at 12 Eastern time, but I don't know what's the problem. Yeah, Jake Palmer, I mean, we know exactly what you're talking about if we're sports card collectors, because every frickin' release of something is like a effing nightmare to get, and apparently, like, the two companies that make sports cards have no idea how to run a website, and so usually we're just like smacking our heads against the screen for about 4 hours when we're trying to order something, and that sounds about what like the PS5 is like, and probably what it's like when they release like new Air Jordans and stuff. Ryan's Average Life, you get to ask me any question you want except who I am, and I will tell you. It could be what's the secret to life, it could be some complex mathematical question, it could be some scientific question, but I will answer any question that you have, because you have the $9.99 super chat. So I've been on for 2 hours and 37 minutes, and I've made $15 in super chats, guys, so I'm definitely quitting my day job. King Jackson says, hey, what is up? Look at this, I can add it. Boom. There's King Jackson. Hey. I wonder if somebody posted a link, if you guys could click that in the video. Probably not. I think I can move it. Look at, can you guys see me moving this comment around? I think you can. Maybe you can't see like as I'm dragging it, but you can see it when it reappears. And then there's like a little, oh wow, I can change the font. I know you guys are excited to watch me learn how to use this software while I do this. I haven't gotten a third thumbs down, so I must be doing all right. All right, I'm gonna go. We're gonna go check out Ryan's Average Life, you guys. Let's see, how can I do this? All right, so I'm gonna bring you. Okay, first of all, I want to do this, and I want to do this. There. Oh crap! How do I reverse that? Oh, I know. Like this. Yeah. Okay. All right. Gotta cover up the comment. Chimey Ezike. Oh, Monstar says I can see it moving. Sweet. Chimey Ezike says, who do you have winning the Super Bowl? Ooh. I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, Chiefs are always a good guess. Okay, you guys can see my keyboard in the left side of the screen. I mean, I lived in Boston for many years. I watched Tom Brady go, bonkers on, many a Super Bowl. So I gotta believe that his new squad down there in Florida might, the Tampa Bay Bucks might have a pretty good shot at it. I mean, aren't they like, they've only got 2 losses. And, I love the Bills, so that'd be nice. Okay, hold on. I'm doing a search here, but let's see. We're gonna find out who Ryan's Afterlife is. I'm gonna get my 50, my massive 50 streaming subscribers to check out his site. Let's see. Here we go. Alright, hopefully this works. I'm gonna paste over here. Boom. Okay. There's Ryan's Average Life. I don't know if he's still on. I'm Ryan, and my channel is Average. Thanks so much for subscribing to me. It means a lot. Should we try to watch a video? I've always wondered how well that would work. Because I kind of want to do that. In fact, one of my ideas was to go and find, or to go through some of my old videos where I opened like that 2018 Select basketball box I opened, is to go, so one of my ideas is to go back, find that video, but like just do new audio over it, or I sort of commentate on what I got, because like I knew nothing about basketball when I opened that. Okay, do you guys want to watch this? Somebody's gonna have to say yes, or I'm not gonna do it. I'm a little scared the volume's gonna be like wicked high, and people are gonna be startled. So, see, look at these videos: 29,000 views, 46,000 views. Drunk guy reacts to TikTok cringe compilations. Reacting to old BF versus GF pranks. American trying Mexican candy. He seems like a lot of reaction videos. I know that's a hot thing. The accent challenge. Okay. Roasting Jacob Sartorius. Jelly bean. I haven't gotten any comments in a while. I wonder if I'm still on. Okay, hopefully everyone's still on. People are still watching, so must be still on. Let's see here. So yeah, okay. My mother's last words to me: 235,000 views. Alright, I'll have to watch that sometime. We were just talking about moms. And I gather, like myself, Ryan has also lost his mother, so maybe we'll do a joint podcast on that. Ryan O'Loughlin's still here. Trivia crack sucks. See, this is I wish I had a channel like this, in the sense that, like, I think this fellow Ryan here could do a video on pretty much any kind of topic, and it would be, totally fine. Just a lot of variety, which I like. Like, I really wish I had a channel that was just, I could do whatever the F I want. But I feel like I'm pretty kind of boxed in with what I do. It certainly has to be ASMR, and even that's not too limiting, but, okay, I'm not going to play a video just because I'm worried that, like, I don't know what the sound is going to do. I think basically the sound would be whatever picks up on my mic, like after it gets played on the speakers of my computer, and that will probably be bad quality. So I don't want to do that. So, alright, well, we checked that out. You guys check out Ryan's Average Life, because he was on the stream here. And then I'm going to go back to Hot Cardboard and take a quick peer. Man, this video is crazy. But I enjoy this. I love interacting with people and just seeing the comments. Nicholas Peters says open some update. Oh, see, that's one I'm probably not going to do, just because I only have unopened boxes, and I don't really want to crack into a box if I don't have to. Also, can I just say, I was not a fan of that update stuff. Does anybody really like update? I mean, Nicholas, I assume you're interested in seeing it, but I don't know that you've had a chance to open it yourself and have thoughts on it. But does anybody really love update? By the way, I could totally see, like, if you were just so inclined, you had nothing better to do, and you had a channel, I could see how people could just, like, stream forever, because, like, why not, right? Although eventually people stop commenting, and then you have nothing to do with your channel. So, man, are we gonna hit the 3-hour mark? Like, what, yeah, maybe what time is it? It's midnight. Almost midnight where I am. So it's like almost 1 on the East Coast, where probably a lot of my viewers are. Yeah, what occurred to me the other day is that, like, well, Jesus, I have not updated prices on Hot Cardboard, like, since I launched it. So if there's anything that, like, has gone up a lot in the last, like, 2 months, you can probably find it on my site for a steal, so go check that out. But I do think things were you know what, let's do some price comparisons. Alright, so you see my screen, right? So I'm gonna go to blowout cards here real quick, and we're gonna do some price comparisons. Alright, so I got my Prism at $2,449. Who the hell's gonna spend that? But whatever. Could happen. got to search for basketballs. There's so many, all this trash. Ugh. Too lazy to go back and change the search. Oh man, do they not even have a box of it? By the way, my computer's like fan is going bonkers. Yeah, look at that. They don't even have a box of it. So then what you do is you go to Steel City. And no, Steel City I've been finding has been like more expensive than Blowout, which is, I was typing Blowout, pretty tough to do because Blowout is expensive. Although I mean they're kind of the market. Wow, look at this! What the hell? Nobody has 2000. You guys, you better go buy my box of 2019 Prism basketball because it's the only one on Earth right now. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. You know, at hotcardboard.com, we stock all the difficult to find things that lame pansies like Blowout Sports Cards and Steel City don't have the cojones to stock. How's my marketing, guys? You like that? That's my commercial. Logan Silk says, are you planning on putting out more singles or more forms of retail products in the website? I mean, yes. Yes, I am. I'm pretty bad at, like, I don't know, just taking the time to do stuff. But, like, if, like, you know, when I got 2020 Topps Update Baseball, I mean, I got 2 cases of that stuff, and I'd like to get rid of some of it. So I got that up pretty quickly. Basically, if I order something that I want to sell, and I am going to do a video on it, I will put it up, but I might have other stuff that, like, I don't get up on my site very quickly. But, you know, as with everything, if you email me or if you just put it, I read, like, all the comments on my videos, so if anybody wants to see anything, just put it in a comment. And I will see it, and I'll respond. If I have it, I'll definitely add it. I'm happy to. Yeah, there's not a lot of modern stuff that I have. Well, actually, you know what? I take that back. There is a ton of modern stuff that I have that is not on the site because it's in sealed cases, and so I don't have a box to take a picture of. But if somebody told me like they wanted to buy a box, I would probably open a case and take a picture and put it up. But if I have like no interest in something, then I kind of want to keep the case intact. So that's kind of my. Uh-oh, where's my mouse? Can't find my mouse. My mouse is lost. Okay, there it is. ABC Jelly, what is poppin', fam? Not much, my brother. How are you? Hope you're doing well. We are about to conclude here. I'm gonna go till the 3-hour mark, which is about like 12:15 my time. ABC Jelly. Oh, it says, let me, I can add to the broadcast, look at that. Oh, but then my video is covering it. Says, I'll buy something soon on the website. Cool, that'd be awesome. I love it. Love it, love it. I love it when an order comes in. I'm like a kid in a candy store. When I was a kid, like when I was, oh God, I was like probably like 12 years old or something, or 13 maybe. I was, you know, I was collecting a lot of sports cards then, and I really wanted, like I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I've always wanted to have a sports card shop. Yeah, I decided I was gonna do like a mail order sports card business, and I got like a catalog put together, just like typed it up, and then I put an ad in the local paper, like in the classifieds, that said, if you wanna you know, a catalog of sports cards to buy, send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. I think I got one request from my catalog, and that was the end of my sports card business. So yeah, like actually selling a few things is super fun for me. All right, so Cole99 says, gonna have to buy the 2018 football hobby box on your site, only one around. Ooh, that's a good one. Let's check it out. Is that the 2018 Prism? I didn't even know if I had those listed or not. Ooh, it is. $1,139, and then I got the blasters. I got a ton of these blasters, by the way. So let's see if it's even on. Cole 99 suggests that maybe they don't even have it. Yeah, look at that. They don't have it. Oh, wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. Isn't this just the photo version of that box? And isn't it? If this is like way cheaper than my box, then I'm like way overpriced. I don't know what this is though. 2 packs per box. Okay, so this is yeah, this is not like the normal photo where they, basically do a hobby box with some extra stuff. That's a different product. So that's not really comparable, and I don't see the regular just Prism football hobby boxes, but I do see. Oh, by the way, this product here, the Prism football mega boxes. So that's like an example of something I have sealed cases of, but I don't have any individual boxes. So I couldn't like take a picture of them to put on my website. But if somebody said they were interested, I might crack one of my cases of that stuff. So this. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. That's yeah, right. That's my box right there, and they're selling it for like $1,000. You guys, I'm trying to rip you off. That hot cardboard guy. All he's doing is wait a minute. Is that the same box? Yeah, it's the same box, right? Yeah, 12 packs per box, 12 cards per box. So that's mine, sitting up there overpriced like some kind of used car salesman. I should just kill myself right now. Look at that, $9.49 at blowout, and $1,130. So, just tells you that the price has dropped a fair bit since. I do see it says sale. Oh no, that's mine. But this one says sale too, and I think this means they are. That like blowout basically is having a sale on a ton of crap because it's Black November, and I think that's like before that sale, this probably was, a fair bit more expensive than it is now. So I'm gonna guess that's why they're so much cheaper than the price that I have. But my price is like, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks old, or maybe like 2 months old, and things can definitely change in that time. So anyways, suffice it to say, this is not one you want to buy from me right now because I have it more expensive than what's listed on. But sometime soon I'll go through everything and reprice. But I wanted to check, and I like honesty, so I'm happy to tell you if I have something that is more expensive. So like, let's look at do that. So I feel like for a minute these were more than 49, but let's check out what blowout has on those. 2018 Prism basketball. They may not. They may have these blaster. There it is. Oh no, there's a. Oh, okay, yeah. So $4.49, and I have mine at $4.89. So like when I set my prices, when I opened my shop, I basically went to blowout and then saw their price and then knocked it down by like $10. So clearly there has been a dip in the market, or else blowout's just kind of doing everything on sale as part of their Black November. So yeah, I've definitely got some updating to do. If there's any products that you guys want, and you just want me to beat blowout's price, I will totally do that for any product that I have. I generally am trying to do that automatically. So, but it's hard to keep up. I have whatever 100 so items, and it would be hard for me to go through all the time. Now it's going to be really sweet for you guys when like the basketball season starts and everything goes up like every 2 days, and I'm not going to be able to keep up with that either. So if you see something that's got your eye, like, I'm not going to probably price everything upward when it starts going up. It just so happens right now it's the off season, so everything's kind of going down. I also think generally like all of the sports card markets are dipping right now because like a lot of money is going over into Pokemon. Cole 99 says, I own a sports memorabilia shop. The Prism boxes are flying off the shelf. Very interesting, very cool. Hey, Cole 99, I'd love to hear like what part of what state or city that you're in, and a little bit about your shop. That's really cool that you're a shop owner. I got mad respect for all physical shop owners. I would love to do that at some point, like maybe when I retire from my regular job. I think that'd be super fun. Right now, though, I'm definitely not interested in interfacing with the public more than I have to. So I wouldn't want to start it now. But like, once the pandemic's kind of boiled down, maybe I would think about doing it. Probably, I would have to do it with like somebody else. Logan Silk says, I wonder if there is software that you can attach your site to below it so it automatically puts your below theirs. I bet that you could probably pay like some programmer to do up a script that does that. Because like, for example, I know enough to be dangerous about like programming and about web programs. So basically what you would do is you'd like just take a look at the source code for this, and then like this this price font and stylization is unique. There's nothing else on this page that is in the same style. So basically you'd figure out like what the name of that style is in the CSS, and then you could just find that number string in there to separate it from or you could just if this is how they do it in all the pages, they do special price, and then the thing you would just do a string search, or you'd make the string a variable and then cut this out through a function, and then you would have the price. So you could basically monitor this part of this page and do that with every product page they have with a crawl, and then you could basically create an index of the price of every product that has a page on blowout, and then you could apply just a algorithm to reduce it, and then to get that into my site, I use Shopify for my site. So you'd have to do some kind of some wizardry there, and there's like a site called IFTT, if this then that, or is it IFTTT, if this then that? Yeah, I guess IFTTT. So that's a site where you can like basically do little scripts that are triggered by things happening on a particular site or something. So you can like check the weather on weather.com, and then like heat up your car at a certain time, if it's connected to the internet, and any number of trillion other things you can do with that site. And they have like their site is already sort of plugged into so many other sites that have data or whatever that you might want. So you can do interesting things with that. So I could interface, like I could have all the blowout data go into like a Google spreadsheet, and then I could have IFTTT check that spreadsheet for changes, once my script runs once a day, and then that IFTTT can interface with Shopify, and it can probably like update prices. I haven't looked into it at all, but anyway, so my point is, it could be done. I have a general sense of how it could be done. But will I hire a programmer to do that? Yeah, probably not. Like really, what I'm planning to do is like when stuff starts getting hot and it goes up, like I'll just know because people will start buying that, and then I'll say, okay, I gotta go check the price on that, and then I'll check the price, and I'll know that I need to bump it if blowout's price has gone up, but it'll always be cheaper than blowout. Cool90 says I own a let's see, that's an old one. What was I gonna say? Well, two things, I think, although I can't remember one of them, but one of them was I want to have a Black Friday sale, or like a Black November sale, and do some like really good discounts. So I'm thinking about what products I want to, because I have a lot of products that I bought really cheap, so I could price them like way cheaper than blowout and still be making money. So I want to do that, but I want to kind of do that when I am able to reach out to like more of a broader audience, like probably through my Instagram page, where I can just do like a post on one of the deals I've got, and it'll probably get some attention. So that's coming later this month. And then, God, what was the other thing I wanted to say about like blowout? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, blowout actually, they have this algorithm. Well, I assume it's an algorithm, but what they do at Blowout, especially for cases of stuff that they have multiple cases of, is like they set the maximum order that you can buy of a case, or they probably do this for boxes. I'm pretty sure they do this for boxes too. They set the maximum order that you can buy, to be whatever, like 5 boxes, but they really have like 15 cases of this stuff. And what happens is when those 5 boxes get bought up, they just automatically add like 5 more boxes to the site, but at a higher price. So when I was buying more cases from them, like I would buy a case of stuff that they didn't really have a ton of, so like the limit was 1 case. And this happened whenever I bought like 2012 basketball products or 2013 basketball products, when those were really hot, because like Giannis rookies were in there, and Kawhi Leonard rookies were in there. But anyways, like I would buy a case from them for like whatever $3,000, and like as soon as I did that, there was another case up, even though I couldn't have bought that before. There was another case on their site like immediately for like $4,000. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know. And I think all of the sellers do that. Like they minimize the quantity that you can buy at any one time, and then they just watch it to see, that they sell out that amount, and then when they post it again, it's going to be at a higher price. So, and they might do that in the downward direction, where like if they don't sell a product for a certain number of days, it just goes down in price until they sell one, and then it goes up. And then, so I mean that's a pretty smart way to do things. Beats the hell out of like having to update 1,000 product SKUs manually. All right, Cool 99. I want to get back to. I actually own 2 shops. Just opened my newest one right before the COVID hit. Oh man, that sucks, buddy. Sorry. So it's not open yet. But they're located in Toronto, Canada. Oh, very cool, Toronto. Yeah, I've been there. Great city, great city. I was a long time ago that I was there, but it's, for those who don't know, it's the New York City of Canada, and it's just huge, and it's a very efficient city. It's much better laid out than New York. But that's really good. So you probably sell a ton of hockey up there. I mean, hockey and hockey cards in Canada are like, freaking, they have a life of their own. But it sounds like you're at least selling some football and probably lots of other stuff, so that's really cool. Well, that's great. Yeah, if you're ever looking for like mass quantities of stuff, let me know. I might be wanting to sell some stuff wholesale at some point. But shipping to Canada, I don't know. I wonder what UPS, I bet UPS to Canada is probably not too bad. Especially because I'm, close to the northern border. You guys are a fair bit east of me, but not that far really. But I'm pretty far north, and UPS tends to go by, how far geographically you are from sender to receiver. Logan's, oh no, I already asked that one. Let's see. Cool 99, business is going well. Funny, I have something to say about Canada and the pandemic. So I live in North Dakota, and just north of us in the province of Manitoba, there's a city called Winnipeg, and they're about the size of, like, they're a little smaller than, I think, Minneapolis, which is the other major city that's close to us in the United States. And I was reading like maybe 3-4 months ago how Winnipeg was doing really good with the COVID situation, and they had like way fewer problems than like we did in North Dakota. But then just today I was reading a story where they had like the governor of Manitoba, I think that's his title, talking about what they're doing in Manitoba, and they're doing a pretty significant shutdown of businesses in Manitoba right now. So I think it's gotten bad there again, and that really sucks, because I was kind of like, oh man, there's an example not too far from where I am where they're doing things differently than we're doing here in North Dakota, at least, and they were having good results, but apparently they're insufferable city of New York is struggling once again, and they obviously were the worst of all of the cities in the United States, back in the March-April time frame. So I really am curious about how Toronto is doing. I haven't really had a chance to look. By the way, is Toronto where Kevin O'Leary is based out of? So true story, I met Kevin O'Leary. I actually got to have dinner with him, related to my day job, and I got to chat with him and some of the folks from his team, and he's an interesting cat, as you know, if you know anything about him. And if you're from Canada, you probably know more about him, because he's sort of getting into politics, or was when I was meeting up with him. That was a couple years ago. Gosh, where am I in the comments? Hey, Cole99, if you have an online site where you sell stuff, please post it in the comments. I think you can post links in there. If you can't, I don't know, spell it out or something, and I'll put it into a link and post it, because I have a lot of people on my site who are always asking if I can ship to Canada, and the answer is yes, but it's kind of expensive. So, and plus I don't have much hockey cards, so I'd be happy to have people go to your site and buy some stuff if they're in Canada, or if they really want to pay less shipping, they can buy it from the United States and have you ship it to them. But yeah, cool. And if I know your site and you're a fan of the show, I'd be happy to mention you and stuff when I get people asking me for Canada shipping as a good alternative to buying from me. So please feel free to pimp yourself, or if you can't, let us know somehow. Put www and then put DOT and then the name of your site, and then DOT and then COM, and then it won't know it's a URL. I don't know if people can post links, but we'll find out. Logan Silk says, I wonder how that works, because there must be a lot of people that buy stuff like Top Flagship release, but I wouldn't think they would increase the price a bunch right away. Yeah, I think you're talking about my discussion about DealerNet, but I'm not sure I quite understand what the question is in there, so if I missed it, you tell me. Oh, HJSCA says he or she is in Toronto. Yeah, please rock on by Cole99 shop. Tons of hockey, Cole90 says. Cole90 says, for sure, always looking for new suppliers. Alright, very cool. Heinrich Haas says, I'm living in Alberta, Canada currently, and cases are rising at a steep pace. I'm just waiting for another lockdown soon. Yeah, I just can't imagine we're going to avoid lockdowns once things get significantly worse than they are, and all indications seem that they probably are. In the United States, there's a really strong political backlash to lockdowns in this country, and I totally understand that, but it's you gotta do something to get cases down, get our hospitals freaking a little bit of relief. I just feel really bad for all the healthcare workers. My goodness, they must be working their balls off. Heinrich Haas says he's in Alberta, Canada. Oh, I just read that, sorry. Toronto and suburbs are breaking case records every day now, so yeah, I mean that's every frickin' city in the United States right now. It's not just Canada. I mean, I think I think it's just people are they've relaxed their face mask wearing and their willingness to go to large gatherings and so forth. Oh, God's here, fantastic. Oh man, I've been waiting for God to appear on this channel. I really appreciate it, God. If you could hook me up with some subscribers, I would be super grateful. Also, I'd like to live to like 95 without any major illnesses. If you could work that out, please, I would be so grateful. Cap'n, or maybe Cap'n Capital, Vancouver, Canada is having a minimum 2-week shutdown right now. Wow. Cap'n Capital, I am intrigued by your username. Are you in the private equity game, or is that some other form of capital utilization that your name refers to? Logan Silk says, oh, I gotta add it to my broadcast. It was about when you said that the website automatically increases rep price after someone buys something. Yeah, okay. And you said, I wonder how that works, because there must be a lot of people that buy stuff like Topps flagship right release. Yeah, so I think what they do is the maximum purchase is very high. Like you could buy, I don't know, 4 cases worth before it would, sort of trigger. Or maybe it's 20 cases or 100 cases worth before it would trigger it. But if it's smooth, and basically like as soon as somebody buys the max quantity, it just automatically updates, then like you could have the max quantity is very low and your price would just go up and up and up until it stops buying, people stop buying it, and then you notice it, and then you're like, okay, we gotta jack it back down. I don't know, I could see it working. I mean, if you sort of tinkered with it, and I'm sure they've tinkered. Christopher, let's see what time it is real quick. Okay, it's 12:26. Holy shit, we've been going for 3 hours and 13 minutes. Alright, I think I'm gonna read down to like the next 3 comments, and then I'm gonna sign off. I hate to do it because everyone's like hanging in. I got 47 viewers still. I could really make 11. I mean, you could do this all day, right? I mean, people are just aren't gonna leave. Christopher Murray says, please help me. I'm tired of Walmarts and Targets. I can't take the retail remover. What's a good first hobby box for a new guy like me? Alright, great question. Well, let's go see. At cardboard.com what we got. What's new? I mean, what can I tell you? Well, here, I mean, you should buy this. You should buy this right here. This is the Hot Cardboard 2020 Baseball Variety box. For $99, you get a bunch of different 2020 packs if you like baseball. If that's too rich for your blood, then I actually really like these Onyx Vintage. There's like, what is there, like 4 cards in there, 2 on-card autographs. So I mean, that's cheap. It's really cool product. There's like some really sweet autos you're gonna get out of there. If you want to just open a ton of crap for cheap, you can get 5 full boxes of junk wax from the 80s and 90s for $90. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you want me to recommend something to get, you gotta tell me a little bit about what your interests are. Yeah, I mean, this is, again, if you're looking to spend like, $20, $30, $40, I don't have a ton of stuff up in that price range. But yeah, if you got something specific, I can definitely tell you. Alright, HGSCA says God can surely get you to 500 subs. Yeah, I would think, right? Jay says, sup guys? I got bad news for you, Jay. We've been rocking here for like 3+ hours, and I am just about to check out, so you might have to go watch the recorded video of this when it gets posted. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. If you've been watching this whole thing, you're out of your mind, but you are totally awesome, and I appreciate you for sure. It's kind of amazing how time flies when you're doing these things. It really is fun. So thanks so much everybody for joining. This will be posted. I think it just automatically gets posted. So check it out if you joined late and you want to see more. But holy God, 3 hours. Who's gonna watch that crap? Yeah, cool. So thanks. Hey everybody, if you want to be part of the basketball break we got coming up, float on over to the site. Again, you want to go to basketball and then click on this little flaming basketball thing, and that's it. $64 for a spot that gets you 3 random teams. In the modern basketball break, we got, I think, 3. Did I say 3? I think 3 spots left, and I'd love to close that up and yeah, get ripping on that stuff. If I can fill it up like tonight or sometime tomorrow during the day, I'll friggin' do it. Don't mess with me. Cole 99 says, not sure if the link said or not in chat. You know, I didn't see it, so I think it didn't work. And there might be a way. Whoa, god dang, I keep knocking this thing up. There might be a way that I have to like approve it. So I'm gonna, just one sec, go over to my stream here. Yeah, I don't see it like I don't see the link showing up like in any kind of thing where I have to approve it or anything. So again, if you want to kind of like type it out, like I assume it's www.something.ca probably. So if that's true, just tell me what's in between the www and the ca, and I'll type it in. And we'll get it up there, and that'll be the last thing we do. Yeah, I just checked out your site. Or your user profile, and I didn't see anything. Cole99, so hook us up, brother man. If we don't get you on this live stream, just you know, comment on the comment section for this video when it's get posted. I know you can post links in the comments because I keep getting like these porn spams posting links to, you know, hot like hot teens or something like that in the comments of my videos. So I know you can post links, and I didn't approve any of those. I didn't have to, you know, I wasn't asked to like approve. Sometimes things do get flagged for like spam, commercial spam, but apparently those do not. So thanks for nothing, YouTube. Alright, we're still not seeing anything from Cole99. We're waiting with bated breath. But I know there's a long delay, so in lag time, so hopefully we'll get something. I'll give you another like couple minutes, and then I'm gonna log out. I don't know how bad the lag is right now, but it was like 2 minutes somebody was saying before, which really sucks because it's like a lot better if I can kind of see things in real time and you can hear my responses in relative real time. It's kind of like we're on, like I'm on Earth and you guys are on the moon. Like that's what communications would be like. There'd be like a few minute delay because the speed of light has to travel between, or you know, the communications at the speed of light have to travel however many million miles that is to the moon. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Okay, it's not a million miles, it's 238,000 miles. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, so round trip from the moon, from a message to go from Earth to the moon to the back is only 2.51 seconds, so we could actually do a pretty sweet live stream. It'd be like way faster than like YouTube can even do. So if anybody's on the moon and they want to do some kind of joint collaboration, please let me know and I'll hook it up. Alright, well, comments seem to have died, at least on my end, so I am going to take that opportunity to log on out here once again for swinging on by. Cole99 again. Please leave a comment or shoot me a message at info@hotcardboard.com. Oh, okay, just in. Frameworth in Toronto is the name of the business. The website is linked on Google. Alright, Ryan O'Loughlin. I almost feel like I have to send you something to, thank you for, being the, longest participant in a video ever. Frameworth. I'm gonna say Toronto. Alright, so I think you all can see, yeah, you can see my browser still. Frameworth.com, wow, nice URL, domain name. Well, there it is, guys, there it is. You can see it, I will link it. There it is, there's Cole99's website. Frameworth looks like they got a lot of memorabilia. I'm not sure if you got sports cards, let's check it out. Do you have sports cards on your website, or is that only in the store? I'm gonna search for cards. Looks like framed cards you got, but no unopened stuff. So, yeah, if you're looking for, looks like photos and jerseys and autographs, pucks, balls probably. Then, and you're in Canada, this is the place to go. A lot of Blue Jay stuff, probably a lot of Canucks and Maple Leaves. Oh, looks like they're getting the cards online. Very cool, very cool. Alright, sweet. So we got a bona fide. Oh, look at that. Patriots. Lots of Patriot stuff. Lots of Boston. Wow, what's the deal? You got lots of Boston fans shopping. Might be. Toronto's not too far from Boston. When I visited Toronto, I was working in Boston. I went up there on business. So, at least I was there from Boston. Sana Khan says, hi, hello, Sana. Good to have you. We are just about to wrap things up here. I keep saying that, and then I go like another 20 minutes, but oh, look at that. They got music stuff. You got any Bruce Hornsby? You got Bruce Hornsby stuff? He's my favorite. Bruce Springsteen. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Alright, well, I think that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate everybody. I will catch you all later. Have a great evening. Go and get in the basketball card break and participation award for Ryan O'Loughlin. He was here for the entire frickin' 3 hours and 25 minutes. So, very amazing. Alright, guys, we'll see y'all next time. Have a great one. Maybe we'll be doing the break basketball tomorrow. Oh, Ryan Gibbs. Hi from Croatia. Hello, my friend. Good to have you. We're just checking out, but it's nice to see a Croatian face here. We've got lots of international representation, so that's wonderful to see. Alright, thanks so much, everybody. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see y'all soon. Bye now.